Hello gamers, welcome back to the Persian League. I know people have a lot of mixed feelings about the Persian League, but hey, at least it's not the worst league there is. There's also the League of Legends. YouTube backend is looking a little weird. Is everything working? Let's go Lobster League. Let's go League Hate. Give me those ads, baby. Okay, no, it's just being a little weird. Yeah, for a second it looked like something might have gone wrong with the stream, but no, I think it's fine. You can't make me go back to League of Legends. Your Honor, League of Legends. Death. Yeah, I'm just looking through the codex, looking at mods, second in command, aptitudes. I'm just looking through these. I think stacking tactical with warfare could be kind of nuts. Because if you get both of these, then that's 20% range for just your entire fleet. That's pretty good. You throw in gunnery implants on your officers, and it's 35% just across the board. I mean, it doesn't apply to missiles, but it doesn't need to. Not to mention, there's other buffs, like tenacity is kind of insane. For capital ships, 150 armor for damage reduction. When you get your armor stripped off, that's the same as if you have 3,000 armor. Which is kind of insane, because if you take a Pegasus, you give it heavy armor, now it's got 2,000 armor, and when that's stripped off, it gets reduced to 100. So throwing in another 150, that means that even after the armor is stripped off, it's going to have 350, or no, sorry, 250 for damage calculations. So a lot of like anti-hull weapons are just going to do the maximum damage reduction. If you combine that with like impact mitigation and damage control, it's kind of nuts. On the other hand, tactical, full throttle, you get the zero flux boost from being below 10% flux capacity. That's kind of nuts. Mass bombardment could be crazy. Not to mention a focused fire. I think technical seems really good if you're going with phase ships. Like deep dive and peak at the phase qual tuning seem like they could be really good. But I think the other things are just kind of okay. I mean, I do like reinforced grid. I think that's pretty cool. Reduced overload and EMP resistance being packaged together. That's pretty cool. But then it's like advanced weapon. Like this is a good. Like this is pretty high tech, right? It's like energy weapons, shields, phase, beams. But I think since we're doing midline, it's going to be like warfare tactical management. And there's some pretty cool stuff. But for now, we're going to stick with like what we got. Starfaring is pretty useful, economically speaking. Let's see. We've got to go get that artifact. Oh, and I did add back Sebastian's sunglasses. Yeah, we in the big leagues now, lads. That's exactly right. Yeah, we're in the big leagues, straight up range maxing. Range maxing like an implant pilled Lud cell. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I did remember to give Sebastian back his sunglasses. Looking good. I think we're going to have to go to Umbra first. Pick that up. Then going to go out here. Looks like I've probably already scanned that black hole. Did I scan this one? Probably. So both of those, I have all of the planets scanned, apparently. So that seems likely. 820,000. Maybe I should buy a few things before I head out. I got cash, I got money. Things are looking kind of sunny. Alec hasn't contacted me yet, but I'm sure he will soon. I pay taxes in lobsters. That's the best way to pay taxes. Since you're joining the league, do you enjoy paying your taxes? It's really just depends on who I'm paying taxes to. I don't want to pay taxes to the hegemony, but if I'm paying taxes to what's his face in charge of the league, then was it Jen Zanon? Then yes, then totally. We love taxes. Taxes are the best. We love taxes. Ah, there it is. There he is. Alec, good to see ya. Technical? Yeah, that's the one we're skipping. Honestly, that kind of reminds me of that one comedian kid whose kind of shtick is just trolling. Because he would do something like that. He would go to I can easily imagine him going to like a libertarian convention and being like, "We're here to protest in favor of taxes. We love taxes. Taxes are cool. Yeah, we need more taxes. We love taxes. We love paying taxes." And the reason I say that is because, what's his name? Oh, his name is Matan, I think. I think that guy, yeah. Because he went to like a socialist guy and was like, "We love landlords. Yes, we love landlords. We're protesting in favor of landlords. We love landlords." Like, that shit is funny. Okay, I don't think I need... Yeah, I think I can sell 70. Yeah, okay. Buy some fuel. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy a Prometheus. Even though I really don't need one. Not yet, anyways. But, you know, I like having infinite fuel. Look at my fuel. Look at my fuel range. This is just off of... All I've got is bulk transport from Starfaring and a basic little dram. That's it. I'm the tax man, skibbity skibbity. Do. Wow, that's lyrical genius right here. They should hire you to write pop songs, James. It's very impressive. Is that anti-land Chad propaganda? Sounds like you're a real tenant cell right now. No, what? No, I was doing that unironically. Yeah. We love landlords here. This is a very political channel where I have strong political opinions. As we all know, Star Sector players are well known for taking their politics very seriously. So anyways, we love the League. The Persian League is very good. It has no flaws, that's why we're joining them. Because I can only join movements that have no flaws. I'm calling Mao. Alright. Whoa. Hey. Let's not bring Chairman Mao into this, alright? 10 S-Mods Atlas, no S-Mods rest of the fleet. I think you need 2. I think you're mocking me. Yeah. I think it is worthwhile, especially early game, because, like, you don't really need a ton of S-Mods on your ships in the early game anyways. So it's not even, like, a big deal. Whereas logistics, the bonuses that you get are going to help you get money to get to the late game. The only problem is increased maintenance. So, of course, I show up, and both of them have D-mods. Cringe. Bro, I'm cringing right now. But I'll pay the cash anyways, because I want it. Oh, yeah. There we go. Ooh. And we can just scrap that. Excellent. Beautiful. Couldn't have done it better myself. Look how much fuel capacity we have. And we're not even using a fraction of it, and we can already go anywhere. That's probably worth getting at least a couple other combat ships. But if I'm going to do that, I want more midline. So I'll visit a Persian League world before I head out. For now, though, let's go see Umbra. Do you not need militarized sub if you use augmented dry field? No? The Bursian League, yes. Yeah, you can scan me. Go for it. See? I've got nothing to hide. Is this a... Hold on, let me adjust my volume. Yeah, that's better. Let's see. Yeah, I want to replace this with a Gorgon pod. Because I'm straight Gorgling it. Good to know I've been wasting my points. Yeah, you don't... you might be thinking of safety overrides. Because you do need to... if you want safety overrides, you need to militarize them, but... I think what you're... Or either that, or you're thinking that it's good to stack both of them, because you do get +1 burn from militarized. So stacking augmented drive field and militarized will make it faster. But, yeah, I don't think I need that extra speed right now. On the one hand, I love the fact that Syndrians canonically are terrible, but gameplay-wise, I am sad they don't have cool ships. Except the Glorious Executor, of course. I meant stack, not required. Yeah, they do stack with each other, it's just not... Yeah, okay. It's not required, but they do stack with each other, which can be useful. But in this case, I don't think I need it, because I've got Starfaring as one of my guys. Asimov dry field is +3 on its own. Yeah, I mean, if you Asimov the dry field and you militarize, you can get your burn 6 ship up to a solid burn 10. I mean, when it comes to Syndrian ships, they do look cool, if nothing else. You've got to give them that. They've got drip. They have style. They know how to do a paint job. But in terms of effectiveness, most of them, not great. Right, we gotta contact the guy. Yeah, I'll pay. Ain't about to pick a fight, I'm busy. I've got important business to take care of. I don't have time for this. That is +10 drive more than an Abrams battle tank. That's true. The M1 Abrams is well known for only having a burn of 0. This is a commonly cited fact. Where the hell did you come from? So, okay. This begs the question of why I pay. I thought the point of like when they scalp you and they make you pay extra, the whole point is that if you pay extra, they don't send a fleet after you. But then if you confront them and to make them pay the regular amount, then they I thought that was the whole point, is that you pay extra so that this specifically doesn't happen. I feel cheated. Alright, well, from now on, I'm literally never going to bother. I'm always going to confront them, because if this is how it's going to be, then there's literally no point in picking that option. Like, 0. I'm just going to confront them every single time. You really think you can bargain with a pirate? It wasn't even bargaining, it's just letting them rip you off. And then if you confront them, they get mad and send someone to get revenge. But no, apparently not. Apparently that has nothing to do with it, it's just don't bother. I'm gonna bluff. I've got a few story points. Oh, you get, okay, so if you bluff, you also get money. Cool. Nice. Oh, I've already got the... Wow, I got up to 53 pretty fast, huh? I'm going to rescue, except it's in the opposite direction of the other ones. Well. I was interested in the vast fortune. He either doesn't notice or doesn't acknowledge, yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. Vast fortune. Yeah. Bit low. 100,000 at least. Glad to hear it. Wait, should I say the first one? I'll try it. Don't be absurd. So it is Tritachyon. They can... Money. Exactly. far is your willingness to take up this cause? Sure, I'll lie. Why not? I'm sure we'll manage. Wait, which way goes in the sensor array again? I'm confused. Oh, jeez. I'm really underqualified for this. Tritech can get you 1 million. Well, yeah, I know. Once you get the ship, you can just show up to Tritachyon and say, "Hey, look at my ship. Isn't it very cool?" And they say, "Wow, that's a very cool ship. Here's $1 million." I don't think that's exactly how it goes, but it's something like that. Yeah, I want management instead of small craft. We're gonna swap. Confirm. You have 1 skill point. Okay, 60 seconds for ships with officers. Reduced crew requirement, reduced crew lost. I mean, we're not quite at the point in the game where we get battlefield objectives anyways. This only applies to ships late after deployment. And this improves command points. Yeah, so you have officer training and officer management are the same. Are they? No, it's not. Interesting. So it's kind of like the same skills, but they do something completely different. Well, anyways, I think we're going to start with Command and Conquer. And then later on we'll pick up Authority. Confirm. You should use Morty's voice from Rick and Morty when Alex speaks again. Good idea. I should definitely do that. After that, you can buy the Mark 1s from the black market arms dealer. Super cool. I'm pretty sure that was a bug that got fixed. Although buying more of them would be very cool. And definitely not broken at all. Yeah, so I did accept this mission, and there's these 3 up here. I'm going to go do that, pick up a bunch of money. I think I'll come back, visit some Persian worlds, buy some more crap. Then I'm going to go down here, rescue the researcher, get the Mark 1, and all of that. And while I'm at it, I can visit that orbital habitat. These 2, yeah, we're not going to get those in time. It's not happening. Off we go, lads. Well, tally-ho then. No, that's too far. I'm not doing that. In fact, I might even turn on autosave. We'll say like 30 minutes. Something reasonable like that. No, that's too far. Well, this one... And this one's in the same system, we'll take that. Easy. Yeah, and I think once we're done this set of missions, then the next thing we're going to do is start a colony. So, it is a good idea to start investigating and doing a little surveying. Speaking of, I think I want a ton of supplies before I head out. I think I want a lot of supplies because I want to be surveying. And I do have survey equipment, but, you know, more is more good. So there's pirates here. I kind of meant to hit 3, but I hit 2 by accident. So now I'm kind of... Wait. Is that how that works? Why? Wait, hold on. Let me stop and think about this. He was firing an interdiction. He tried to avoid it, failed, and then it didn't interdict him anyways. What? Why did he bother avoiding it if it wasn't going to hit him anyways? Yeah, I kind of actually meant to hit 3 there. That was a misclick. Can I beat these guys? I mean, I think as long as I avoid those, I might be able to. Let's give it a shot. They've got a lot of D-mods. I wish I'd already picked up those Gorgons, but it's a bit late. And they're pirates, so they're gonna not have great shields, which makes the Sunder really good here. Probably beatable. Yeah. I might lose a ship, though, which is, like, it's not a big deal, because I can just afford more right now. Blam. Oh, the auto-lances aren't on auto-fire for some... I need to fix that. Get over here. Blam. Hey, look at this hound. Watch. Evaporate. The kites might be some of the tougher ones, just because they actually have halfway decent shields. Well, I've got to say, the soft flux from those Dragonfire is helping quite a lot here. Oh, probably wanted to drop my shields there, but I think we're fine. They can't really pursue us here. I'm not scared of a Locust. He had the one hammer, and that was it. Also, I'm just going to chase him, even though I'm overloading. I ain't scared of you. Get over here. Death. Behold, the power of the League. Those Tritachyon nerds wish they had a fraction of this sheer power. Yeah, there's nothing to be worried about. These guys are easy. In fact, we killed them all. We don't even have to worry about pursuing them. Nice. Well, I was kind of hoping to... Oh, is he running away? Nope, he's coming back. He can't make up his mind. He's, oh, that's probably why. He's probably scared to approach by himself, but with friends, he's all in. I mean, you guys can fight the patrols. Have fun with that. Need more anti-shield, it seems. Yeah, ideally I'd get, like, some better kinetics, like, railguns or light needlers or something. But for now, I'm kind of stuck with the light autocannons. Is this vanilla? No. We've got second in command. We're trying that out, seeing how this works. Now let's see. What kind of missiles you guys got? Basic missiles? No, we want our special DEM missiles. Because we're the Persian League, and those are the only missiles that matter. Let's get a second Atlas. Yeah, let's get a second Atlas. I like that idea. Efficiency, overhaul, cargo. Yes. Look at this thing. Beautiful. We've already got... I mean, 2 Atlases and 1 Prometheus with the S-mods is already good enough to get you to... Like, this is enough cargo and fuel capacity for an end-game fleet. And you can get them... Because they're civilian ships, they're not that expensive, so you can get them pretty early on. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Probably don't need all of these. We'll carry around like 40. Quick, gaslight him into thinking it's vanilla. I mean, you're a little late. You should have told me that earlier. I physically recoil every time someone in the universe S-mods efficiency overhaul. But why? Although, to be fair, I think right now it's probably better off at, like, S-modding solar shielding. But, yeah, I'm just not going to do that. Not until later, anyways. Beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous. Simply gorgeous. Delightful. Do I have stabilized shields yet? I do. I should be putting that on. Because that's going to give me more flux for a lower cost. Do I need more? No, I'm probably fine with just the capacitors. What about hardened shields? I don't think I've found that yet. No. We'll find it, though. We'll get there. Although I don't have... Officer, finally. Ballistic Mastery. I do want to have Conquests in my fleet eventually, so I'll grab that, even though it's not really what I need. It's better than nothing. We can start leveling you, maybe. Yeah, I don't think we're doing improvisation. Okay, now I've got way more supplies than I need, way more crew than I need, and way more fuel than I need. So, yeah, I think the main issue we're going to run to is just not being... The main problem we're going to have is just not having enough combat power. But the logistics side of things is covered. Is second in command overpowered? Probably. Although, to be fair, I think enemies also get the same mechanics. So, you know, I guess they're overpowered too. You can power through storms more easily. Yeah, so if you do go over... If you go over 20 burn, it does mean that you can go through these deep hyperspace without any slowdown. That's true. Well, that was easy. So where is this orbital habitat? Gas giant. Okay, well, we're going to go there anyways. There's also a gate here. I mean, it's pretty close to the core world, but, I don't know, maybe this barren desert is good. This thing is definitely not. But, it could be a good barren desert world. Remnant fragment, you say? So yeah, that's the main thing we're looking for right now, is we're going to do these missions, but at the same time we want to look around for good places to colonize, so we can do that as soon as possible. There you are. It looks like there's also something next to the sun that I missed. I don't want to miss loot. I've got plenty of cargo space for it. I have so much cargo space that I can even take food. That's how much cargo space we got. It's ridiculous. Alright, what have we got? Man, that sucks. It's got sparse ore deposits and that's it. It doesn't even have no atmosphere, it has thin atmosphere. Which is a lower hazard rating, but it means that we can't do like a catalytic core. So yeah, this thing sucks. There's a gate here, but the system is terrible. Damn. Trace volatiles. Sparse ores, like, oof. Yuck. Gross. Now, you love gambling. The next planet is sure to be Class 5. You're right, Lexi. It is. 95% of gamblers stop before they find that Class 5 planet. What? Improvisation level 3? Cool. Don't think I'm going to use you, but, cool. I think that food may be past the 5-cycle rule. Nah, you know, it's just the 5-cycle rule in today's time, but I'm sure in the future they've got much better preservatives. They probably still cause space cancer, though. might be worth stopping by these binary systems just to scan them. Gambling? Did somebody say gambling? Yes, someone said gambling. Bugs do not expire. I'm gonna need a source for that, pal. It looks like one cooler guy has decided to commit an act of gambling of the highest degree. 50 gifted YouTube memberships. Thank you, one cooler guy. Let's see how many new talent pilots we get. Everybody cross your fingers and hope you get lucky. Oh. Let me stop and think for a second. I got a little distracted. Let's pause. So that's not good. It might actually be easier to get out of here if I charge forward, because if I can pull the orbital station into the battle, they're not allowed to pursue you when you disengage. On the flip side, if this fleet's by itself, I can probably just kill it. They've got a lot of D-mods, and most of their ships will just die to the Sunder. As long as I have my other ships stall for me. So we'll see. Yeah, pause. I was blindsided by the gambling. Ooh. Okay, so we pulled the station in, which I think the opposing fleet may pursue and force a battle or may let you go. Well, if there's a station, I don't think they're allowed to do that. Or at least I don't think I've seen them do that before. I could be wrong and this could completely screw me over, which would be bad. And I'm gonna reload a save if that happens. Alright, let's test my knowledge. Am I right? No, I'm totally wrong. I'm completely wrong, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, good. This is fine. We're learning. Okay, so what we're going to do here... I'm actually not going to reload a save unless things go badly here. But, so here's the cool thing, is that sometimes retreating battles... Like, I very, very rarely do this. But sometimes these retreating battles actually work, because the enemy has to deploy some of their ships up here to sort of, like, intercept you, which means that they now have to split their forces. So if we could take our combat ships and kill these guys fast enough, then we can actually move up and catch these guys. It's you know, classic defeat in detail type stuff. The only problem is that you put your civilian ships at risk in order to do this, which is, well, it's certainly a gamble. That's a lot of guys. Yeah, and these guys have shields, which is, like, a problem. I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill these things fast enough. See, I need you to, like, attack that. Yeah, this might be a problem. Because the Rhyme's not even, like, a tough ship, but, it's got shields, and I sure don't have great anti-shield weapons. Oh, wait, never mind. Hold on. We might be goated. Okay. Yeah, we know what we're doing. 100%. So I don't know why the Prometheus is all the way up here. That seems a bit overkill, to be honest. But we can see that our level 1 ballistic officer is actually killing the Shrike. And at the very least, while the Atlases are made of tissue paper, the Prometheus can actually tank pretty nicely. So I think that, again, these retreat battles are very rare, but they are a useful way. Like this Cerberus, and there's probably going to be a few other ships that were deployed up here. So it's a good way to sort of trick your enemy into splitting their forces. And so I think that might be a good argument for actually arming your Prometheus with, like, weapons and stuff. Especially if I'm using a fleet that's a bit underwhelming combat-wise. This might actually work out, though, despite not being prepared for it. Okay. The gravitons will keep that guy distracted. So I can kill this thing. Okay, that's good. That's good. You also have a shield? Dang. Bro, everyone has a shield these days. Yeah, unfortunately, the dragonfires are already run out. Okay, well, let's not get too crazy over there. Yeah, because see, if I had guns on this thing, you'd be able to kill this single lone Cerberus. But I don't, so I can't. Which is, not good. Like, look at this. It would just be able to kill it right now, but I can't. I'm busy fighting these guys. At the very least, it's not targeting the Atlases, and it's going to take forever to kill the Prometheus. We're gonna have to use... We're gonna have to keep our shields down. Use our hull. Hull tanking. Come on. There we go. Okay. Oh, shit. The mule is... Yeah, there's a lot more guys. Okay. See, this is what I mean by splitting their forces. If I had to fight all of this at once, we would absolutely be screwed. But because they had to deploy ahead of us, we might have a chance. I might still reload, though, because this is a pain. We'll see. We'll see. You know, if the losses aren't too bad, we'll keep running this. Ooh, he's going to retreat. Okay, hold on. I think I can leave this guy. I think I can leave this guy. Okay. Oh, no. No, if I lose one of those, I'm... Wait, where's my Prometheus? Did I lose the Prometheus? No, it's still here. Where? Oh, it's just surrounded by enemies. Okay. The Prometheus is tanking. Don't worry, guys. The Prometheus will tank. It's fine. The Shepherd died, but that... I don't really care about that. No. Uh-oh. If they kill the Atlases, then I'm... Yeah. No. Oh. Wait. This... We might actually be the best to ever do it. We might be the best to ever do it. My god. No, the Prometheus is so dead, though. The Prometheus is so dead. They did kill the Prometheus, but we might be able to just not care. I mean, it sucks, but I do think you get the bonus XP back from any story points you spend on it. Although if they kill this thing as well, then two is too much. I can handle one, but two? No. No. I'm not that brave. Bro, it is... We're down to the wire. Oh! No. No, we're reloading the save. I'll finish the battle, but we're reloading the save. No way. I won't take two. It's not happening. It's definitely not happening. Considering the situation, do you think combat freighters are any good? Or the Atlas is just too efficient to pass up? I think at this stage of the game, stuff like... Well, this is a good example. The Mule is completely holding its own. And it has decent cargo capacity, right? So this is an example of like the Wayfarer and the Mule actually being really useful. And as we've already established, I don't really need the Atlases. This is like way too much cargo capacity. I'm just getting them now because I'm going to want them late game. Right, so I think when you're at this stage of the game, it is a good idea to get, you can just deploy the Mule in just regular combat. Right, it's pretty decent. So, yeah, there's definitely a place for combat freighters, especially if you take advantage of that. Of, like, retreating battles as a way to, like, split your enemy forces. The enemy is defeated. Press escape at any time. Well, I mean, considering the circumstances, I think I'm just going to kill these guys. If I can. Yeah, I do think there's a couple of things going for you in this game. You know what? Actually, I can just recover them, right? Since I won? Wait. Hold on. I won, so I can just recover them, right? Which is even better than getting the story points, bonus XP. I might even be able to get the gremlin. So yeah, this is an example of why, like, I don't really take the buffalo anymore in the early game. I just grab mules, especially the pirate mule. But yeah, this actually... We might just be able to recover the ships we lost. Sure, they'll have demods, but I can afford to repair them. I think the real issue you run into is if you lose a battle, you can't recover any of your ships. And, that's annoying. Although, I guess maybe it's not as bad. Maybe it's not as bad as we make it out to be. Yeah, I can just recover them. So they do have demods now. Compromised storage, structural damage, degraded dry field. The dry field's kind of annoying, but... I'm fine with just losing the Shepherd. I don't think it's that important, but, yeah. Wow, we might actually just be the best to ever do it. I was talking about giving up here, but you know what? Let's keep playing. Let's keep playing. What do I want next? What's important? Combat endurance, right? No, gunnery implants, I think. It's got to be gunnery implants. Because I don't have advanced optics or a targeting unit yet, and the extra range is a big deal on the Sunder. Confirm. Wow, look at that. Huh. I mean, that was tense. It was very close, but I gotta say, you just remember this. These things are powerful. These fuel tankers, they can actually hold their own. So, you know, we're not gonna make that mistake again and leave it completely unarmed. We're gonna give it like a heavy needler. And, like a light assault gun. And then give it some dissipation. Okay? So, at the very least, if something comes charging at it, it'll be able to kill it. It's gonna have, yes, it's gonna be able to kill frigates that come after it. Because you saw, it was surrounded by like 20 frigates, and it still took them forever to kill it. It's not, like, the Prometheus is not like the Atlas, which is made of tissue paper. This thing is almost as good as an actual combat ship. That could have been a lot worse, huh? But what am I doing in this system? Oh, right, I'm scanning. I didn't even the funny thing is I didn't even have to come here. I came here to scan. And scan I shall. Yes, the Atlas is wrapped in wet toilet paper. We already... This is, fact-checked by real patriots. Real Persian patriots. Ah, yes, my officers do have a lot of points. You're right. This is correct. I think the fleet... Oh. So tenacity is really good. Surefire impact, since we are going to be very missile heavy, I think that's a good pick. Probably not that. 20% projectile speed across the board is really good. That's the problem, is I think tenacity is really good, surefire impact is really good, stabilized targeting is really good, and reserve thrusters is also good. Although I think we may be able to skip reserve thrusters, while it is really good just to get a fleet-wide bonus to maneuverability. I think we'll be fine because we're gonna get helmsmanship on all our officers anyways. This would probably be better for a low-tech fleet. Whereas for the rest of our fleet, yeah, I think we're going to go with missiles and that. Should we start with the missiles or this? I think we'll start with the missiles. Confirm. Oh wait, no, we can get both. What am I waffling about? We can just get both. Let's see. This one's kind of cool, but I think it's just got to be navigation, right? I think it's got to be navigation. This will help offset the degraded dry field we just acquired. Let's see. I think extra peak performance. I don't think that's going to matter. Hold on, let me just check the vigilance, because we do want to keep a couple of these, I think, in the late game fleet. 240. Yeah, and if you throw in combat endurance, it's going to be 300. That's not bad. It's 5 minutes. And then it's got another 5 minutes after peak performance runs out. Not to mention it's a missile ship anyway, so it's going to run out of ammo. So I don't think it really needs top condition. This is more of a logistics thing. Ships deployed a minute after combat began. That's kind of cool. But I'm not sure how useful that's going to be. Because this is for like your reinforcements that you deploy after getting the capture points, but for a lot of enemies that's just not relevant, and it's definitely not relevant right now. It doesn't apply to the ships you deploy at the start of combat. So I think we just got to take this, really. So I'll confirm that. Now it's the choice between combat readiness 5%, peak performance 20%, recovery cost reduced by 20%, range of all our weapons is increased. Oh, it's got to be officer training. That's really good. Both of those are really good. 10% of all weapons, including missile weapons? Yeah. And then 10% damage reduction across the board. Yeah, that's really good. Especially since we're stacking it with Iron Sight, and then we're going to get the tactical one that also gives... So that's going to be 30% range for all of our guys across the board. Before you factor in, like, ballistic mastery and gunnery implants. That's a lot. That stonks. That is some serious gaming. That's not your average, everyday, casual gaming. That's serious gaming. Vast Ruins? What are the D mods? Sensor array, malfunctioning comms. Those are fine. I'll take that. Let's see, dampened mount. 20% reduced. So I think it increases the 200 extra range and extra recoil to reduction. But the weapons get 20% reduced rate of fire and take more damage. We'll have to test around with that. It could be interesting. But yeah, apparently there's only 4 vast ruins per sector, so those are worth mining. That is my favorite setup of XOs, mega range advantage. Yeah, that seems really good if you just stack them. I mean, dual flak is a bit overkill. So this is like the Gemini is a good sort of combat freighter. It's kind of like the Mule, but instead of being a combat ship, it's a carrier. Although the problem is, and I think I'm going to make a suggestion on the forums, is that the AI really needs to change for this thing. This thing is a carrier. It's not a combat ship. Right? It's like out of all of the things that it is, it's a freighter and a carrier, but it is absolutely not a combat ship. It is made of tissue paper, and it's slow. But for whatever reason, the AI thinks it's a direct combat ship, and it'll just drive up to the enemy and die. That's the one problem with the Gemini. So if you want to use the Gemini in the current patch, I would recommend giving it a timid officer, because then it'll actually be smart and stay outside of enemy range. It's one of the rare cases where timid officers are actually useful. Carry her? Well, I hardly knew her. That's not funny. How dare you? Let's see. Shock Trooper, Blizaya. I mean, this one's more expensive, so it has to be more good, right? And you combine that with reserve deployment, that's going to be decent, right? Not funny. Didn't laugh. Exactly. Live, or does timid officer? If you give them a timid officer, then you don't need to issue any commands. They just do it by themselves. They'll kind of like sit just outside of enemy range, so they're close enough to like get their fighters in as fast as possible, but you know, not putting themselves at risk. Like Gemini with like timid officer with safety overrides, they're fast. Like safety overrides will make them fast enough that they can stay out of range, And the timid officer gives them the right behavior to do it. What's a Wanzer? It's a mech. It's a Gundam. Right, so you just give it like a long-range missile, like a resonator, or you give it like harpoons, or a resonator, or a swarm launcher. That also works. And vanilla, I think flash bombers are the best. At least right now, they might get nerfed in the future. Yeah, I was looking back over my fighter tier list, and I agree. I still agree with most of my placements there. In fact, I think all of them are correct, except the flash bombers, which I put in C tier. Yeah, I did not understand. I just didn't use them enough at the time, and I didn't understand that they're actually kind of cracked. They're insane. Even Melon Type A fighter. It's a weeb fighter wing, yeah. Well, it's a German name, so maybe it's not a weeaboo, but a Faraboo, but it is a mech, so it is anime. I guess it's both. It's definitely something. Out of all the things, it's one of them. Let's see. Well, I got Missilex and ECCM, so there's that. Yeah, I want to put flat cannons in these slots, but dual flax is super overkill here. Yeah, the only problem is that because I don't have an officer for it, I am going to have to manually order it to stay back. Which is kind of a pain. Although I do have that, what's it called? Command and Conquer? What is this? Command and Conquer Generals? 0 hour? Flat cannons. Yeah, look at that. It's just, it's too much. It doesn't need to spend that much flux on point defense. It just doesn't. Maybe bulkheads. Maybe just get bulkheads and just accept that it might die. Like that. And get some flux capacity like that. Hi, I'm German. I have no idea what it's supposed to mean. Wenza is a type of bug. I mean, I just assumed it was German. But maybe I was wrong. I was about to make that joke, damn it. Yeah, I'm one step ahead of you, buddy. I know the jokes you're going to make before you can even think of them. Can't you set your faction behavior to timid by default? Well, that, unfortunately, you actually can't. The lowest you can go is cautious. Cautious, steady, aggressive. A mix of aggressive and reckless. Reckless. There's no, unfortunately, no timid. Which kind of makes sense, right? Because, like, if you as a player could set them to timid, and then you joined a battle with your own, like, patrols, well, you would have, like, a fleet full of combat ships that refuse to engage the enemy. Which is probably not good. So there's really no reason to set, so outside of, like, controlling your unofficered ships, there's no reason to do that. Yeah, because none of these are actually that bad. I mean, it does hurt the fighters a little bit. But then, yeah, none of that's actually that bad. I think it's fine. We'll take that Gemini. I'll take that Gemini. Yeah, I'm going to scan that one, alright. It's a weirdly constructed bit of pseudo-German meant to communicate the idea of a walking tank. Oh, yeah. What if Panzer but W because walking? That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Plot Vital NPC. It's a Panzer, but it walks, so it's a Wanzer. Although, to be fair, I can imagine that in-universe. Is that, like, this is in the far future, so it's entirely possible that they've kind of butchered the English and German languages into something horrendous. Like, there's nothing about that doesn't make that would contradict the lore. Then it would be a Genzer, though. Yeah, but you see, that would be if it made sense. But Yeah, some corpo exec naming his mech. I think Diable Avionics is a corporation along the lines of Tritachyon, so... I mean, yeah, that could happen. He could be like, yo, dude, it's like... What's the German word for tank? Panzer? But it's a walking panzer, so like a Wanzer. And then his engineers are like, but sir, that's not what that word means. In German, the word is, no. I don't care. It's a Wanzer. It's more marketable that way. Yeah, combat endurance. And helmsmanship. Yeah. Talon Shipworks adds German mechs. Please give your ship stereotypical anime German names that are just supposed to sound complicated. Yeah, but I would actually have to remember those. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't remember a single one because they're always complicated and it just kind of like turns into white noise. Shut up, bro. I'm going to start selling Wanzer coin. We're going to the moon. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, we'll fight these guys. It's no big deal. We took care of those guys earlier. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy as. Simple. Alright, so you need to sit still. Sit back. Behave yourself. I mean, it does have reinforced bulkheads, so it'll be fine. And these guys, there's not that many of them anyways. It's just the Colossuses with the fighters that are going to be a huge pain. Come on. Oh, I keep forgetting to set this to auto-fire. I need to do that in the refit menu. Gotcha. Little fly. The Manticore, I think we just got to avoid that. Shepherd. Let's get rid of this. Sorry, little guy, but I'm going to have to remove you. You're making me relive the trauma of losing my Shepherd 2 minutes ago. It had to be done. Okay. You know what? I think we can leave the Gemini to roam. Oh, we're going to lose the... No, not the Wayfarer. How am I supposed to fare my ways now? Yeah. I gotta get rid of this because the broadswords are gonna be a huge pain if I don't. But now they're all gonna die. Oh no, that was the one with the talons? Oh, okay. Well, we'll kill this one and we'll be fine. And you can see the heavy burst laser on the Vigilance being very useful here. Helping remove all of this pestilence. Okay. Actually looking pretty alright back here. The Wanzers probably killed one of the... Because I'm pretty sure there was another ship here, but I guess the Wanzers must have killed it. And the Wayfarer is still alive. Let's go. Guess your Wayfaring days are over. You're a Pathfinder now. I've never played Pathfinder, I'm afraid. I mean, it does have a Devastator, so it's not... Oh, look at that setup. That's really inaccurate. It's got dual autocannons. Those have terrible accuracy. And the Devastator, similar story. It's never going to hit anything. Go, go, power Wanzer! No, he's dead. Alright, let's just get in there. I think we're good. I mean, the Wayfarer is trying to get itself killed, but I think it'll be fine. Guess we'll get rid of the Shepherd first. Because it's easier. There we go. Hit him with the Gazers. Here comes the Harpoons. I don't think they made it through the canister flak, but that's fine. Uh-oh. Here comes Harpoons. Okay. We overloaded, but we didn't actually get hit by any Harpoons. And if it wants to fire them again, then the Vigilance will cover me. Yeah, we got this. Blam. See? Easy. Flawless victory. You've inspired me. I will now do a midline only playthrough. Well, good luck with that. There are definitely some good ships in midline. Just don't use the brawler. Look at that. We got it. Simulator update. Oh yeah, those are going to start getting added. Let's see, did I level up? No, but I do have a bunch of story points, and that's still pretty good. Let's see, did I get all of them? I did. Okay, now we can move on. Yeah, the LP, the Ludic Path variant of the Brawler is pretty good, and the Tritachyon Brawler is pretty good. But specifically the baseline Brawler is just not that good. Still trying to get a full lore-friendly Lions Guard fleet to work. Yeah, that might be tough. Rare sample, derelict ship, heart of the system. Alright, that's easy enough. I don't think I need a hammerhead. They're okay at this stage of the game, but you know what? Something I haven't tried is putting heavy mass drivers on the hammerhead. Because the last time I tested them was in previous patches. But now that we have the... Yeah, it might be worth retrying it with, like, heavy mass drivers. Because those are pretty good. And they get better flux efficiency. That might actually work, because, yeah. I'll have to give the hammerhead another go. Maybe heavy mass drivers will make it good. Although that's not really because the hammerhead's good, it's because heavy mass drivers are kind of strong. What am I building you for? I mean... Probably for... I'm probably going to put this guy in a conquest. So I guess I'll get missile spec. Then we'll get gunnery implants. That seems good. I've got to say, I did build a conquest fleet that I tested out, and very interesting, because seems like the conquest does really well against threat. Really, like I had like just a fleet that was just conquests. They did really well against threat. They had no problems fighting threat. But they were terrible against Shrouded Dwellers. They were god-awful against Shrouded Dwellers. They just got demolished. But against threat, they were like cruising. They were easy. So that's very interesting. You better have used the mighty Dragonfire, rah! No. But look at that, eh? +2 organics. Mild climate to offset the water-covered surface. So this is going to be a hazard rating of 100 with +2 organics. Oh no, sorry, 125. I forgot decivilized. This is kind of interesting. I think water worlds can be good if you get like all of the mining stuff, because you can't use soil nanites anyways. So even if you have like volatiles and rare ores, there's no downside there because they can't use the soil nanites. So if you get all four, you get organics, common ores, rare ores, and volatiles all at the same time, then you can do some really good mining. You don't need any of that. I'm good. What the hell is this? Advanced avionics. A collection. I have no idea what that does. Advanced engine, power systems, reactor output. So top speed 25, 15, 10, 5. And regulators allow zero flux boost to be active while the ship is generating less than 7% of its flux. What? That's interesting. I'll take that. Very interesting. Yeah, you better run Scavenger. It's like SO, but for yeah. Yeah, it's kind of got some similar traits to safety overrides. So, you know, it might be worth colonizing this system. Because this planet's not bad, and while Decivilized does suck, there's a domain era comm relay, so that'll offset the stability penalty from that. And then there's a gate in the system. So this one's actually not bad. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Or maybe a 6 out of 10. 7's probably too high. Alright, let's, I guess this could depend on this last planet here. Give him a chance. +1 crew. Give the guy a chance. Actually, this one's pretty good. It'd be nice if it had volatiles, but you know, you could do military base, mining, refining. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. Let's see. 11 light years? Yeah, no. It's never going to get a hyper shunt. So the lack of volatiles is nothing too crazy. I think I got all of them. Yeah. Alright, let's move on. We are now in your walls. Are you sure about that? Well, I hope you get a good view. I definitely got a ping from something. What is this? Fighting. He's fighting for his life. Ooh, warfare. Warfare, that's good. I like warfare. Oh wait, no, I already have warfare. So it's more of the same. Ah, that's a shame. But I guess I could get him to specialize in the other tech, in the other skills, just in case I want to do that. Which I don't right now. Yeah, the one I'm looking for, what is it called? Tactical? Hold on, let's open up the codex. Let's see. Aptitudes. Yeah, it's tactical. Because focus fire is another 10%. You get full throttle, mass bombardment. Yeah, I think this is going to be a very fun fleet. Because the thing with conquests is, they're kind of in an odd spot where they really want gunnery implants and ballistic mastery, because they need that extra range. But they're also like a missile ship, so they need missile specialization. We might be able to, like, if we just stack up all these range bonuses, the conquest is going to be crazy. Because it's just going to outrange everything by such a large margin, and if they try to close the distance, it can run away. Honestly, second in command might make the conquest much better than it was before. Level 5, what can you do? That's almost the exact skill set that I'm already making. Nice. Although he's cautious. So I guess he's... Cautious still isn't good enough. Like, they do need to be timid to properly keep their distance, but I guess cautious is better than steady. And I don't want to make... Right, the thing is, I don't want to set my doctrine to cautious because that would affect my other ships. So yeah, we'll go with that. And the missile specialization is going to help the harpoons. Alright, alright. Not bad. Technical is also bonkers. Yeah, it seems really... like, really good with, like, high-tech and phase ships. But since I'm not really doing that, I don't think I'm going to go technical. Yeah, and I still have an insane amount of fuel. What am I looking for, Sebastian? Rare material sample from the pirates from a cache in an asteroid belt. Okay. So we're going to have to go to a cache in an asteroid belt. I've already surveyed this place. Interesting. Right, I've been here before. Oh. So obviously this is relevant. From the pirates as they resupply. What does that mean? Can I go around these guys and just go to the cache itself? What does that mean exactly? I haven't done this one in... I think I've done this one before, but it's been a while. Guess I'll just kill them? Some vanilla skills are just integrated into leveling up. 10% experience for executive officers, 10% experience, 10%, 20%. Oh, okay. So the original officer management, so you get both officer management and officer training. The originals are both integrated into leveling up. Okay, so that's why these have entirely new effects, is because those original effects are just stuff you get anyways. Which I kind of get, because like, it's kind of the that's probably following the same philosophy as just giving you 8 combat skills. That's probably part of the same idea, where it's just more fun to have all of these combat skills on your guys. It just makes the game more enjoyable. Gives you a lot more options to tinker with. At least for like I would, that's the kind of way that I play, at least, so I can kind of see where that's coming from. I don't know, maybe other people don't care much for officers, but I think that they're pretty fun. What did I miss? Oh man, James, it was the craziest thing ever. There was like the war in heaven unleashed. You know, there was the Tesseracts were fighting with the Shrouded Dwellers in the core worlds. It was crazy. You know, we had to sacrifice. We got to like level 25, and then we had to like sacrifice ourselves to save the universe. So we respawned at level 5. Yeah. Yeah, this is a... Yeah, we saw God. Yeah, this perk system is the second-in-command mod. I think we're just going to fight them, and then if it doesn't go well, I'll just reload the save. I think I'm willing to do that. Yeah, 220%. No big deal, right? 220%. Surely it can't be that bad. Right? Look, would I ever lie to you? No, of course not. Everything that I say is the truth. That is the truth. I actually don't even know what lying is, to be honest. I wish somebody would tell me, but you know, it's I actually don't know what that word means. Let's just kill him. So far, so good. So far, so... Oh, no, the Wayfarer is dying. Yeah, Wayfarers not... They're not quite mule tier, where mules can actually kind of be okay. The Wayfarer just kind of... Yeah, like, the only thing it can really deal... Oh, I'm overloaded. That's not good. The only thing that Wayfarers can really deal with is, like, the Explorarium drones. That's about it. Yeah, I think we might have to reload the save. It was a bit ambitious to go up against 220%. Some might say it was a bit ambitious. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Let's just sustain burn. Come on. There we go. Okay. This time we did it correctly. So yeah, okay. I guess that means that they're resupplying. Gotcha. Auto-fire the lances. You are absolutely right. Auto-fire the lances. Yes, I need to remember that. It is odd that they don't just get set to auto-fire. I guess it's because they're a magazine weapon. But the thing is, if they're in a turret slot, they get set to auto-fire, correct? Which is correct, but for some reason in hardpoint slots, they don't. How peculiar. Alright, we gotta move very quietly. Because the pirates are resupplying, and we don't want to get their attention. Shh. And now we move very carefully. Very carefully. Shh. There they are. They don't see us. We're just gonna move quietly towards the cache. And there we go. Are they gonna leave? No, they're not. So here's the thing, I think Star Sector has like the basic mechanics for a good stealth game when you're outside the core worlds. But when it comes to the core worlds, the patrols there are just not fun to deal with. But stuff like dodging pirate fleets and dodging remnants in the outer systems can actually be pretty fun. Did I not just do that? Wait. Is that not what I was doing? I clicked on the thing, right? You didn't complete the mission. Yeah, apparently. I didn't read, so... I actually can't read. That's one of my flaws. Do I have to kill these guys? Need to accept their comms? Do I? But they're not contacting me. They're just flying around. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to them. Oh! Agree to the price. Sure. Okay, so I get it. Okay. Gotcha. I understand it now. The cache is just why the pirates are here, but you don't actually have to go to the cache, you have to go to the pirates. Big F for reading today. Oh, and it's only going to get worse from here. Let's see. Topography, how we doing? Not too far from hyperfield optimization. Well, won't that be nice? Are you sure you don't want to read it first, Mr. President? I was elected to lead, not to read. Number 3! Aw, son of a... So this one has volatiles, which is cool, but of course, it doesn't have rare ores. It's almost perfect. It's almost really good, and... Well, I guess that doesn't have it, does it? 11 light years? No. But, yeah, they can have rare ores and volatiles, and if they get both, then it's kind of like really good. But in this case, it only gets one. Very sad. Are there any restrictions on what ship you can use? Yeah, I'm using Persean League ships. Not sure about weapons yet. Not sure about weapons yet. I might stick to Persean League weapons, or I might just... You know, I probably shouldn't stick to just Persean League weapons, because, I mean, that would exclude things like Omega weapons, and that just doesn't... You know, there's like, why would I do that? So, yeah, I think I'll use Persean League ships, but I'll use whatever weapons I want. Another gate, so this could be the one. Alright, guys, this could be the one. Cross your fingers, it's gambling time. Gambling time for the gambling man. Watch out for the power of these gambling hands. Yeah, this kind of sucks. But maybe the desert world is good, though. I think you need to buy a shit ton of Centurions. That could work. Maybe if I had support doctrine, but I don't think you get support. I don't think support doctrine's a thing in second in command. Yep. A cry for help. Negotiate. Yeah? Yeah, I can give you some stuff. Barely costs me anything. High gravity and it's only +1? Ugh. Ugh. No, this isn't the one. It may have a gate, but I'm not going to put a ring on it. What do you want? Are you some kind of pirate? You're here to harass me? Take my loot? You want to take my artifacts? Don't you? Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, emergency burn all you wish. You're not going to catch me. So somehow I found a second system with a gate and a comm relay. But it's still not very good. Well, actually, the other one was better. Significantly better. Yeah, don't... oh, hold on, that's not what I meant to click. There we go. If the League is Persian, and you're the League, are you the Prince of Persia? Yes. Okay, so we transmitted the data, that's cool, that gets us one of them. Yeah, we're just gonna go get out of here. We're gonna skedaddle our way out of here. And when we get home, we can fix up all these D-mods and have our pristine... Ooh, hello, hold on. I know what this is. I know what this is. I actually want to go to this black hole and scan... No, wait, I scanned that one. Okay. Yeah, never mind. Let's go home. I know what this is. Yep. We're just gonna ride that wave. Right over top the other slipstreams. Oh, that's the end? Alright. Well, let's go to Galatia. And we're going to hop over to the slipstream. 4 Pegasus Dragonfire Alpha Strike Fleet equals midline doctrine. Yeah, it's funny because I think Hurricanes are probably better than 4 Dragonfires. Although, to be fair, I haven't really given 4 Dragonfires its fair shake. It's probably too much, right? I think the Eradicator is what really tips it over here. I think we're going to use a story point to dodge this. Wait, can I hit... No, I can't. Hold on. Can I hit F2? I can. Okay, so I can just look at his build. Yeah, it's a safety override build. Compromised hull does make it easier. Does it have an officer, though? No officer. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Because if I go to this... No? If I go to this thing, I could see the officer skills on this one. But there's no officer on the Eradicator, which is kind of the big threat here. 72%? Yeah, we can try that. It could end in disaster, but it could also end in success. I'll try having the Wayfarer escort the Gemini this time. And for once, I actually remember to set the auto lances to auto fire, which is very cool. Safer our builds don't have shields. I believe that's right, which makes them kind of ideal for me to kill. So no officer and no shields. Look at you. You're cringe. Bro, you're cringe. Imagine getting killed by somebody who's shouting, "You're cringe" at you. That would be, honestly, one of the most embarrassing deaths imaginable. He just got killed by a TikTok Zoomer. Oh, maybe that's... You know what? Stan League might be a TikTok Zoomer. Maybe that's his personality. He just walks into the battle. Bro, you're so fucking cringe, dude. This is totally not lit. I think that's the vibe. I think that's who Stan League is as a guy. That's the kind of guy he is. Like, he's talented, but nobody really wants to work with him because he's constantly shouting, like, hypernet lingo. And most of the other spacers are too old to understand. Ooh, almost overloaded there. Alright, let's kill this guy. Yeah, how's everybody else doing? Yeah, I think I do need some flat cannons on this thing. Westernese youth culture, smoke DEMs and hurl slurs over comms. Sounds about right. Just start speaking in brain rot for the rest of the stream. I haven't been watching enough brain rot recently, so I wouldn't be able to do it. You know, I've been watching too many things that are for smart people. Because I'm a smart guy. I don't know if you knew that. More brain rot. Yeah, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I should watch more brain rot content just to get in character for Stan League. What? Why? So I pointed at the Colossus, I hit R, but I must have accidentally hit the fighter instead. Damn. I guess I was the one who cringed. Yeah, that's a victory. "20 minutes ago, you said you were illiterate." I said a lot of things. Yeah, because the thing that was scary, like, most of that fleet was stuff we had dealt with before, and it was fine. The thing that was kind of scary was the Eradicator, but it had no officer and no shields. So I was perfectly equipped to just kill it with my Sunder. What are we doing? Just joined. We're doing Persian League. We've got the second-in-command mod. That's about it. Also, the player character might have a little bit of brain rot, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, okay, so out of all the planets I found, the one that I think... Wait, one of them's Class 5? That's not Class 5. What are you talking about? The game is just lying. That's a lie. You're lying. There's no way it's better than the Water Worlds. So this one's 175%, this one's 125%. 21 light years, 25 light years. What about this guy? Okay. So this is... There's a lot of path base, but it does have the solar array. And it's got a lot of ores. Hazard rating's a bit high, though, and it has high gravity. On the other hand, the other one, the other water world, we pull this up. It's got, it's missing the ores, but there's a domain arrow comm relay-in system. There's a gate-in system. The hazard rate's significantly lower. So the both finding and farming, what am I even saying? Mining and farming. I was saying finding and marming. I'm inventing an entirely new language here. That's how good I am. Ah, yes, the finding, the marming. I'm sure you understand, citizen. But anyways, resource output's going to be lower, but the hazard rate's also a lot lower, and the in-system equipment is a lot better. So I think I'm going to do this one. I think I'm going to do this one. The rest of the system's like, and it's got this planet in the same system, and it's okay. Yeah, this one's alright. This planet's pretty good. And then there's the gate, there's the domain air comm relay. Alright, yeah, I think that's probably, unless I find something good down here, that's going to be the first one I colonize. Let's keep going. We're off to Galatia. Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, they're all going to be up there again. Okay. Yeah, we don't really get to go to the next step until we do that stuff. So let's go do that stuff. You know what? We actually came back with more supplies than we left with. Or about the same amount. We left with like around 700 or 800, didn't we? Ooh, targeting unit. Don't mind if I do. Look at this, guys. I sold the pirates their own blueprints. What idiots. I can't believe they fell for that. Yeah, we do have Fullerene Spool and Biofactory, so the drug empire is going to be big. It's going to be huge. You might even say it's going to be large, but I don't know if I'd go that far. Okay, so more recently I've been thinking it might be a good idea, just because there's a number of, like, 1,000 transplutonics. Instead of selling this, I think I'm going to hold on to it. Because then I can just go straight into the abyss and, well, get the gate. And same thing with metals, because you do need 20,000 to activate a hypershunt, which I might want to do. And it's not like selling these gets me a lot of money, but collecting 20,000 can be a huge pain. So I'm just going to hold on to all of this metal. That's the plan. Does Kanta accept Biofactory Embryo? I think she does. She might. Is Gate Hauler base game? Yes, it is. That is vanilla. We can remove that demod. We can remove that demod. I don't know if I need to remove the demods on that one. I think it's fine. Of course, there's not really any good ships here. Let's see. I might get a Persian League commission. And then try farming up some reputation, see if we can buy some conquests. What's our reputation right now? 2? Yeah. Let's see. I think... Well, maybe we'll turn in these gamma cores to see if we can get our reputation up high enough. But, yeah, it's probably a good idea to do that. Although, first of all, before I forget, targeting unit. Very nice. You don't really need to do anything. I'll just get more missiles for you soon enough. You want that. You want the targeting unit. That's for sure. Maybe even drop efficiency overhaul. Maybe. Oh, look at that. Light needlers? Yes, please. I'll buy those. Yeah, see, if you auto-assign, it removes the auto-lances, which is annoying. Right, so you've got, like, 2 light needlers and a couple of gazers to deal with shields, high-intensity laser to deal with armor, auto-lances to burn through hull. It's quite the beast. Quite the beastie. Do I have advanced optics? I do have advanced optics. Excellent. So I can S-mod that. Don't forget flat cannons for the Gemini. You're absolutely right. We do need some kind of basic... it doesn't look like they're available. So I guess we'll go with like a thumper and a heavy machine gun and call it a day. Just like that. Seems, I don't know, seems good enough to me. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. I think what we also want to do is maybe grab a crew? Yeah, okay, we're going to grab like a Nebula or a Starliner or something when we go over to the Persean League. Okay, yeah, that's the plan. I think with the Vigilance, I'm going to switch to Gorgons. 500 monitors. No, 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 we're not using monitors. Because everyone already knows that monitors are useful. I want to give the other midline frigates a chance to shine. Although I'm not sure I'll end up using the Centurion, although it is... Safety of Right Centurion is pretty good. And part of the reason it's pretty good is because of Damper Field. When they use Damper Field, it does shut off their weapons, but its flux dissipation is still going. So it can like block. So if you give it like max out capacitors and like hardened shields, it can block a bunch of damage with its shields, then use Damper Field, and with the high flux dissipation it gets from safety overrides, its flux will just drop back down while Damper Field is active. So it basically lets it reset its shields, and of course, while Damper Field is active, it takes 75% reduced damage. So there's kind of like a synergy there. Volcanic World. Alright. Intel marker. Loot box. Mining station. Volcanic World. Perfect. No brawler, please. Those are near monitor tier. This is a very funny joke. You see, this is a verbal irony, where you say the opposite of what you mean. Tactical, just the thing I was looking for. I don't think I need starfaring anymore. Bulk transport is great, but I do have double Atlas in a Prometheus with a bunch of S-mods, so I think I'll be fine without it. Makeshift equipment is nice, but again, I have plenty of cargo capacity for supplies, and I've got 2 survey equipments, reducing cost by 40. The main thing that's going to be annoying is losing the speed bonuses, but if I remember correctly, if I go here, I am very close to getting hyperfield optimization, which will replace that. So I think we can switch over to tactical. Confirm. Oh, we can start doing whatever this is. Spotters. All frigates gain additional... Yeah, okay, so this is kind of like high-resolution sensors. Increases the sensor range of the fleet based on how many frigates there are, and the frigates get additional in-combat range. That could be interesting. This is extra burn speed. Pristine condition. Oh, if you combine crew training with pristine condition, I see the synergy here. You get best of the best, you can get triple S mods, and then pristine condition with crew training means that you don't need combat endurance. Ah, very nice. Which is probably better than tactical drills. I think pristine condition is going to be better than tactical drills. Oh, I didn't even read this. Authority... Wait, I read the first part, but the second part is weapon range. Wait a minute. You're kidding. So we get 10%, 20%, 30%, 42%. Oh, wow. I think this is going to be a little broken. Again, big F for reading. I'm reading now. Okay? I'm reading it now. Yeah, the other one does seem pretty good. Because it's kind of like the quality versus quantity thing, right? Do you want your ships to be stronger, or do you want them to have reduced deployment points? But instead of applying to unofficered ships, it applies to ships with officers instead. Yeah, so mass bombardment does reduce missile damage, but I think if we combine that with surefire impact... Management tactical warfare is kind of nuts. Mass bombardment plus surefire impact is going to mean that the large missile slots on the Conquest are going to go absolutely insane. And then also our main guns are going to have like 42% extra range. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. And I can get pristine condition so that with best the best, so now I don't need to worry about getting combat endurance on any of my officers. In fact, I might have to fire the ones that I already have, but you know, they can be replaced. Yeah, I think this is a little... And I still managed, and even with all of those synergies, I still managed to sneak in tenacity. Yeah, this is a little nuts. Plus, efficient ordnance is just kind of like 2/3 of ordnance expertise fleet-wide. That's pretty good. I think we're going crazy. Keep in mind, enemies field those exos very often as well, so it kind of balances out. That's true, but... Are they... I don't think... The thing is, I think the skills that they pick are going to be randomized, so the chances that they stumble upon like skills that synergize this well is low. So even if they're using the same officers, if they're not using the same synergies, how good are they really? That's the question. Yeah, I think this is kind of going to go crazy. Alright, I'm excited. Let's just crush everything underneath the sheer firepower. The way God intended. Although, yeah, I forgot. That's going to affect crew capacity. Do you guys have any... You wouldn't happen to have any Starliners lying around, would ya? Valkyrie is not exactly what I'm looking for. So I have to drop off some of the crew here. That's fine. This is fine. No big deal. Let's drop off another 100 of this, 175 of this. Let's see. There's Dragonfire. Of course, there's Dragonfires and Gazers, but they don't have Gorgons, do they? I'm really starting like second in command. Will at any point try Ashes of Domain on stream. Yeah, I think I'm going to... Ashes of Domain is another one I'm going to try in the future. You might want to check Lunalib and increase enemy exo difficulty by default. It caps how level up they can be. Yeah, I'll probably increase the difficulty in future runs. Valkyrie is a midline ship. It's just not the kind of ship we're looking for. Let's hover ahead to Cibola. Because as my mentor once said, Cibola these nuts. I don't think I need that. Oh, come... Oh, there we go. One single Gorgon pod. Beautiful. Do these guys not get nebulas? I would like some extra crew capacity here. Huh. Well, let's just see if we can get a commission. 150% of each, so that's 6 points. That gets us up to 8. But we need 10. The thing is, I would have to turn in this beta core, but I want to use this for the you-know-what. So I'm going to hold on to that. I guess we'll just fix our... We'll get up to 10 when we get back. Alright, Tritachyon. We'll do you first. Wait, do I have enough fuel for this? Oh, no, I forgot to check that. Who do you think you are? Attacking me at a... I hate that so much. I mean, we're just gonna kill these guys, right? But it's a bit annoying that when you go through a jump point, you get stun locked for like 1 second. But when the AI goes through the jump point, they don't. So they can just emergency burn and chase. So, like, if you emergency burn into a jump point and try to run away, they'll catch you. Because you get stun locked and they don't. Which gives you no time to react. It's a bit unfortunate, but, you know what? We'll live with it. Oh, you know what's probably making these fights easier? Is the fact that pirates are getting piracy as their XO. Meanwhile, I have, like, actual bonuses. That's gotta be it. I mean, I could have emergency burned to get the Persian help, but I would rather just get all of the bonus XP for myself, because this isn't gonna be too hard. I mean, sure, the Pirate Falcons can be scary, but they're usually not. As a matter of fact, the thing that's being a problem right now is this guy spamming hurricanes. That's the main problem I'm having right now. Ah, there we go. Look at that range. The light needlers. Actually getting through shields with those light needlers. Actually having range. Unbelievable. Well, that's not good. My engines are flamed out and I just got demolished by, I don't even know what my vigilance is doing. It's, doing a little performance art, I guess. It's a very interesting strategy. Oh look, the Persian League is here to help. Amazing. He's doing a complicated dance routine to try and, like, communicate to the enemy that, danger, run away, right? Like bees. He's trying to use the same strategy bee would use. I guess my vigilance pilot probably saw the Bee movie and got a little inspired. It really didn't work, though, because, you know, humans aren't bees. If only somebody had told him that. Woo! It goes right by. Not even close. Oh, my engines are out. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, I dodged the Reaper, which was really cool, but then I exploded. Does it really matter? I don't think I need to reload the save. I actually don't think it matters, because I could just... I have a ton of money. I'm just going to... Yeah, I don't think it matters. I think we're fine. Look, Persian League, I am very good and cool at paddle. Just trust me, bro. Yeah, by all known laws of of spacing, bees shouldn't be 5 deployment points, and yet the bees are 5 deployment points because they don't care what you think. Yeah, get him, Monitor. Kill him. Yep, attack. Go on, Wanzer. Kill him. No, the harpoons are doing it. Never mind. Well, that could have gone better for sure, but I think we're going to be fine. Oh, the vigilance is... No! Well, anyways. We lost the vigilance. What a shame. I guess we'll just have to buy another one. Which I should probably do before I leave. You guys wouldn't happen to have one, would you? Oh, look, there is. Yeah, we'll just do the same thing. Restore you. You guys don't have any officers, do you? No, they only have executive officers, of course. Probably should have juiced up the vanilla officer spawn rate, because it's not very good. It is getting buffed in the next patch, though. For good reason. I guess that's what you get for calling the faction non-threatening. You know what? I'll do it again. They are non-threatening. Come at me. I'm not scared. Just because you blew up my ship once. I'm not a coward. What if I want them to kill me? What if I'm not a coward? Oh wait, no, I said it in the wrong order. Why are you here? What do you want? Are you trying to die? Because I will kill you. Yeah, well... What if I'm not a coward? What if I want them to kill me? What if I want them to try? There we go. I think that rendition was a little better. Well, you know, if anything, I should really be deploying the... What I should be doing is like S-modding a targeting unit onto the Prometheus and then throwing that into battle. Because it really doesn't need all that extra fuel capacity from the auxiliary fuel tanks. In the future, I might try that. Instead of just making it a fuel tank here, I should make it like an actual supporting combat ship. But for now, it's a little late to try that. Yes, vigilance. Yes! Spam the Gorgons. Why are you driving right into the enemy? Why does it do this? This is the problem. I want to use the vigilance as an escort, but then it does this for literally no reason. It doesn't matter. Even if you give it a graviton beam with advanced optics, it still does this. Absolute nonsense. Stop trying to get yourself killed, my friend. And you may find that you last a little bit longer. I know, a shocking revelation. I'm so irritated that I'm British now. And nobody should have to be British. I don't even feel bad about the friendly fire. Kind of deserved, honestly. Yeah, see, these guys, the Wanzer is just going to town on all these guys. The Wanzer and the Harpoon Pod going crazy. Yes, use your heavy burst laser to kill all of those Talons, please. And thank you. Bro, I just got you. I just got you back. Come on. We can do better than this. It really needs an officer. But I foolishly left the officer spawn rates at vanilla rates, which is just no bueno. Yes, press F in chat. It's just a bit of banter, lads. I'm gonna burn a hole in this guy. Blam. Send you into the Shadow Realm. Excellent. Now I can focus on you. Back to you. Yep. There's some Talons, and they're going to kill me, but it'll take them too long. Yeah, now I'm going to focus on you. Let the Mule handle the Colossus for now. And as soon as it unphases, then I can activate high energy focus for maximum damage. Didn't even have... Bro didn't even stand a chance. Hold on, get out of the way. I got this. Boom. Beautiful. Alright, kill that. And kill that. I've got this. Get over here. Reject Vigilant. Yeah, the Centurion would at least not die. It does have that going for it. And you can equip it with the regular burst laser for point defense. So it can be a nice little PD boat with that. Not usually how I would use it, but in this kind of escort role, I guess that would be fine. Yeah, we're not chasing that. Pursue. Get him. I'm not spending a story point on that guy. Yeah, let him die. That's what I said. Okay, we can level these guys up. You, or efficient ordnance would be nice. I'll take that. And you get one more. Wait, what? Oh. Wait. Really? Huh. So I can just get reserve thrusters too. I was under the impression that I would get this skill plus 4 more, but it's this skill plus 5 more. That makes them even more powerful than I thought. Yeah, extra maneuverability across the board is pretty good. Don't think we need redundant bays. Over-prepared is nice, but I think we're going to be fine economically. Repair speed for... This could be fun. Extra ship mass could definitely be fun. If I was doing a high-tech run, I would take this and just ram things with the Odyssey. So if you're a ramming enjoyer, you like to ram things with the Odyssey, then take a movable object. 100% ship mass means you're going to be doing way more damage. Plus the extra hit points and repair speed for your engines will mean that you don't flame out as often. So that's cool. But yeah, I think in this case, the Conquest is really not a ramming ship. And I'm not brave enough to try. So I'll just take the safer option with maneuverability. And between these two... Right, this one is basically... Yeah, okay, so this one is the... Yeah, that one I'm not going to take. Deflective plating, that's the old elite skill for damage control. Whereas this one, you get a massive bonus to flux dissipation after scoring a kill. Which, that's kind of... That could go nuts. That could be kind of insane. Vigilance autocannon or HVD in the middle might fix the AI at least. No, it does. That's the problem, is it doesn't. Even if you give it like a graviton or an HVD with maximum range, they still just drive right up to the enemy. It's like they have all of this range, but once you set them as an escort, they just don't use any of that range, and they drive right up to them. It's kind of odd. I think part of it is because they, like, there is an element to that makes sense, where they try to, like, draw the enemy's attention. Right? That's part of what they're doing, I think, is they're trying to draw the enemy's attention to get some of the pressure off of the ship they're escorting. And that works for things like high-tech frigates, because they have better shields, and they're fast enough to escape. But the Vigilance doesn't have a high-tech shield, and it's one of the slowest frigates. So if it tries to do that, it just runs into problems. So it's like, I don't know if you can actually change that behavior, because it does work really well for high-tech frigates. But it doesn't work for the Vigilance. So maybe there'd be need to be, like, create an entirely new behavior for a specific subset of frigates, just so that the Vigilance can work better. I don't know if they really want to do that, but it would be helpful. Ah, well, regardless, that, let's see. So level up these guys. Oh, already at the max. Okay. Right. Yeah, this guy isn't leveling up, but they both have combat endurance, which is kind of redundant now. So I will have to get new guys. Reckless? Quel dommage. I'm not spending story points to retrain you twice. No, sir. Hull mods that let the player change AI behavior, maybe? I mean, I've suggested... I don't know if... The thing is with hull mods... it's like there are some mods that do let you do that to a limited degree. But I think it makes the hull mod section of the page too crowded. So for modders, that makes sense. But for vanilla, I'd like something else. Like a separate tab. Like kind of like... hold on. Like if you go here, there's the additional options from Lunalib. Something like this, where it's like an extra section that gives you extra commands. Although it doesn't seem like Alex wants to do that. So, I don't know. It might just come down to making it more contextual, where the AI understands. Or like maybe... You know what, maybe the escort order needs to interact more with officer personality. Like an aggressive personality will go forward and shield tank, whereas a cautious personality will sit at max range. That's like engaging with a system that already exists and would make sense. It's just that they don't do that by default. Or they don't do that currently for some reason. Yep. Can I outrun them? Wait, is there a bounty? Why would there be a bounty? Oh my god. I'm gonna get caught by the bounty fleet and he's gonna pull in the other guy. That's funny. No frickin' way. We're getting caught by that. Alright, I guess we'll just have to kill them then. Why did you choose Diable, Avionics, and Scalartech in particular? Did you just want to try them out? Because it's actually the opposite. It's because Diable, Avionics, and Scalartech were like the first mods I ever tried. And yeah, I like them. Both of them are fairly well balanced. And they're both look really good. So if I'm going to do a modded run, I might as well I kind of just throw them in pretty much every time. I mean, no vigilance this time, but I think we'll be fine. We've just got to stay vigilant, am I right or am I right, fellas? I know, you can hold the applause. Thank you. Alright, we already lost one of our engines. Excellent, excellent. Hellbore. Hellbore? No, thank you. Oh, this Eradicator has shields. Well, I don't want to get hit by a Reaper, so we'll overload to block that. Which is fine, because I think we're going to be fine. If the overload would end. So this is where the skill that reduces overload duration by 40% fleet-wide would be really nice. Like right now. Okay, so we got those guys. The mule died. But, you know, it's a tough fight. What can I say? My engines are out again. Maybe I should get extended shields, but then I won't have enough flux stats, so it's kind of tough. And here comes the Pirate Eradicator burn driving in. When I really don't need that extra... Come on. Overload 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe I just need a Centurion with, like, the burst lasers. Maybe I actually need to do that. Because fighters are a huge pain. The Sunder is having a hard time here. Ooh, don't like this. No, sir, not a fan. I think I'm dead. I've got to be dead. There's no way I get out of this. Right? There's no way I get out of this, right? I'm screwed. Bro, how did you not kill me? That's embarrassing. I would be embarrassed if I was you. Can we get an L in chat for the pirates? Like, it's just, can we get L pirates? Like, wow. I can't believe you guys failed to actually capitalize on that. You guys suck. This is the moment, yeah. Yeah, I'm saying a bunch of stuff, but in character, Stanley is like, bro, that was cringe. Bro, you just, bro, I recorded that and I'm posting your L's on the Hypernet right now. Like, literally right now. I run an account called Pirate L's, where I post where I record pirates taking L's and I just post it. Yeah, this thing is managing to stay alive. Partly, I think it's partly because I gave it an officer. A level 5 officer certainly helping here. It's got a cautious personality, that's helping. And it's got a little Wayfarer escort, so it's not overwhelmed. Yeah, they just, well, I might still get my ass kicked, because my flux... Nope, Never mind. The broadswords probably could kill me, because my armor's entirely stripped off. So the kinetic damage from those machine guns would be a huge problem. But they decided to attack the Wanzer instead. So I'm fine. Oh, look at that. I don't... Thanks to the skill I got, the pristine... whatever. Pristine hulls. It didn't even get any demods. I could just recover it. Damn. I am so good at video games. Look at that. That's crazy. So we can't quite get there. Yeah, we get to get... I don't think we need those. Although, you know what? Rapid's response, the extra burn speed and the extra maneuverability outside of combat would probably avoid a lot of these fights. However, that would be worse content. So we're... like, getting into these fights is very risky, but also better content. So we're going to take tactical drills. And just win the fights because we have better skills. Simple as. Yeah, we can't quite get there yet. Confirm. And you... Oh, I see. So you take 2 here, then you take this, then you go back down, and then you can go up. Gotcha. Peak performance... re-entry... None of these are super amazing. You're more likely to find officers on markets. Honestly, that might be the thing that I need, because officers just don't spawn that often. But, yeah, I think I'm going to skip it, regardless. Re-entry. Maximum speed, 75, nullified. I mean, it's okay. Like, it does get your reinforcements into the battle faster, but it's not super exciting other than that. Like, that's not super exciting. At least this gives us 60 seconds of extra peak performance, which is the same amount that we're... like, because we've got crew training and pristine condition, so we're not getting crew training, which means we're missing out on that 60 seconds of peak performance. So top condition will make up for that. All of our ships are getting the effective combat endurance, aside from the reduced combat, the second effect. Aside from that, they're getting the full effect. Yeah, and then we can get best of the best. We can get overwhelming force, mass bombardment. Yeah, this accelerated barrels is pretty good, though. I definitely want mass bombardment for them because we're going to do a lot of missiles, but full throttle seems kind of potentially broken. Especially if you're because I'm going to be piloting a Pegasus, right? So I can have my shields up and still move around with plus 70 zero flux speed boost. And that's kind of crazy. It's kind of nuts, honestly. Heck, this could be absolutely crazy for the Conquest too. Even under AI control, as long as they're like think about it. We've got so much range on our ships that I could go like shield shunt on the Conquest, and they could just sit outside of enemy range and paste them, because the enemy, first of all, they outrange the enemy because they get like 42% increased range. But then because they're not taking any damage, they're still under 10% flux, so they trigger full throttle. Okay, yeah, that's got to be the play. That's got to be the play. That's going to be completely broken, right? Right, you stack up all the range bonuses and combine it with full throttle. The enemy won't be able to touch you. They don't stand a chance. Okay, so we gotta go to that one. But I'm not in any rush. I can always scan some things. I'm not gonna be colonizing here, but, I don't know, there might be some ruins or something. Oh, I don't have enough crew. That's a shame. Yeah, I think this is going to be broken. And we've almost... Man, these guys are leveling up pretty fast, too. Although, to be fair, I am taking a bunch of fights with bonus XP. That probably helps. Okay. Yeah, we'll loop around like this, loop like that, and then we'll jump out of here. I got plenty of fuel and supplies, no need to rush. Then we can go get that orbital habitat, then go get the Mark 1. Would be nice if I could get an Alpha Core, but for now I'll just have to settle for a Beta Core. You're just a pathetic Beta Onslaught. You're not even an Alpha Onslaught. Absolutely cringe. Yeah. What's, our reputation hasn't changed. Oh, no, our reputation went... Oh, right, because I killed those pirates. I probably could have taken a commission before I left. Yeah, because I do want to start buying some conquests if I can. What's topography looking like? Yeah, we're very close. Princess time? It is princess time. Let me scan this very boring rock first. I wonder if it'd be better just to give maybe magnetic fields should give 10 and gas giants should give 0. Because it feels like a little bit like the busy work feels a little bit much. Look at that synchrotron core. Simple as that. What scattered ruins too. What are the odds? That's like the lowest form of ruins. And I got a synchrotron core, which is something I actually want. Nice. Yeah, it's just streamer luck, what can I say? Yeah, we're only 17 away there. Yeah, the Lion won't... The Lion of Syndria won't be happy about it, but screw that guy. Yeah, that's right. The Lion of Syndria may be a dictator, but he's not a streamer, so he's never going to understand the sheer power that a streamer wields. It's just how it is. Oh wait, that's not necessarily true. Maybe he does stream, or maybe he was a live streamer. It's like, yo guys, it's me, Lion of Syndria, well-respected admiral. I'm holding a rebellion against the hegemony and starting my own dictatorship where things are going to be based and cool. If you're based and cool, join me in my rebellion. I mean, I haven't read the lore, but that's probably what happened. The Lion does not concern himself. State-mandated streams versus the Lion does not concern himself with streaming. I could see it going either way. You know what? In vanilla, he's probably not a streamer, but in the gas station mod, he probably is. I think that's the way to look at it. What kind of friend are you? Okay, you're a friend. Never mind, you're not a friend. It just took you a few seconds to realize it. Well, I guess it's a big fat load of not my problem. There is one planet that is ruled by a reality TV star, right? Yeah, I think there's one planet where they have a monarchy, but the king is chosen basically through reality TV. Which one is it? I don't remember. If not friend, then why friend-shaped exactly? I mean, I was looking at it and it's like Falcons? That looks like just a regular old mercenary patrol, and those guys are friendly. But they weren't. It made me very sad. The King of Westernese, yeah. Or Westerness? Westernessy. That planet, yeah. Oh, hello. Is it just me, or are they forming a spiral? Is that the guy looking for me? What is that? No, he's not moving towards me. Oh, now he is. No, this guy doesn't have a falcon in his fleet. This is a different guy. Okay, I'm gonna leave for now, and we'll come back to this later, because he's not following me. He does have an Aurora, and I don't want to mess with that. Actually, you know what? This nav buoy would help a lot. Because I've only got 16 burn. Water. That's just the graveyard keeper. That would be interesting. If there was like spaceship graveyards that people would tend to. As far as toxic worlds go, that's not bad. Hazard rating's only 175. It's got triple resources. The only thing that would make it better is that sometimes toxic worlds can get organics. It's not common, but it does happen. I don't need to pin the graveyard. We'll just remember it. That looks like a station. Yep. I knew it. I think we're gonna have to toss some of the food. Oh, no, actually, we just barely get under... We're still within acceptable parameters. Alright, there's a guy, but it's a small guy, so it's fine. That's another toxic world with volatiles. Interesting. Peculiar. Oh, I even missed a ship. Well, I'll go back. Mining station. On the other side of the sector. Heron. Salvage. Okay, now we're over cargo capacity. Now I'll start dumping food. Pod. Tactical. Don't I already have that? 2 skill points, yeah. Go get that derelict ship, then we'll go get the nav buoy, and then we'll come back for that ship graveyard. Don't you waste food, there's pirates out here starving, you know? Good. Good. And not only is that good, but I'm gonna throw my food out the airlock in front of them, and then shoot at them if they try to take it. I want them to starve to death knowing that I could have saved them. Alright, that should make us a little bit more proficient at running away from our problems. Get that extra burn speed. So, what is this? Another ship. There's a lot of these guys. Vanguard. It's not midline. Sorry. Alright, and now we're going to go back to the ship graveyard. And hopefully, we can just take it. Well, there's a little combat going on there. Yep, not my problem. And we do a scan. Look at that. Nobody's hearing now. Brilliant. You know what? Let's just drop a bunch of food so I don't have to do this every single time. It's kind of annoying. No, I don't need a hound. But I'll take the chain gun. Technical? I guess we'll hold on to that in case you want to switch to it. They don't cost you anything, right? Although I don't know what the maximum is. It's got to be a limit. Another guy. Wow, that's a lot of guys. Is there a maximum, or can you just have like an infinite number of these guys? Because I don't really need like a second small craft guy. Well, let's see. Technical. Unlocked engine seems kind of good. Especially if you combine it with reserve thrusters from Warfare. Extra maneuverability and top speed across the board. It's basically just like free helmsmanship. You can have infinite. Oh, cool. But I think it's like deep dive. Seems kind of... The active time flow bonus from Phase Cloak is increased by a flat 100%. Like, that seems really good. %, energy weapon damage, 10% reduced energy flux. Or if you combine advanced weaponry with elite energy weapon mastery, 20% reduced flux cost is kind of insane. And the ammunition capacity makes a lot of weapons much better. So like if you're doing a high-tech fleet, if you're doing phase ships or just high-tech ships in general, then this seems really good. But I think for a midline fleet, it kind of falls short of the tactical management warfare combo. Alright, I think that's everything. Let's go. Yeah, we got that. Excellent. Let's go get Princess. I guess I don't have the neutrino detector. Yeah, I guess I'll just use the slipstream. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Go up the slip and slide. And yes, high speed sensor burn. We've got hyper... Got it. Although I guess we already had it, because that's 20. So we would have been... We already had it. I didn't even notice that I unlocked it. Well, anyways, that's nice. Now all I need is a single aux, and that should get my speed up. What do you want? I guess Ordnance is the best out of these. And I am going to fire you eventually. Because you've got combat endurance, which I don't need anymore. The vents are kind of overkill now. Although, I guess I could drop the cargo holds and instead get some light needlers on this guy. Or some railguns or something. Imagine how busted a management, tactical warfare, technical would be. Yeah. I mean, each of them is already kind of strong, and then they also have some synergies. So if you could get all four of them, it'd be kind of insane. Whereas the more specialized ones for, like, strike craft, they seem alright, but they don't seem as good as the ones that are the more broad. I don't think I have... No, I only have small craft. I don't have the strike craft ones. Well, there's already somebody at the thing. Lovely. Let's just ignore him for now. Domain error probe? That's the only kind of probe I know. Okay, that's a lot of organics. Don't need all those organics. In fact, why do the probes even have organics? What's that all about? Okay, so we've done that. Let's just do a scan real quick. Yeah, I'm not seeing any pings, so I don't think there's anything else worth checking out. Just gonna go for the sensor array. Maybe sneak by whoever is buzzing around here. Or can we? Well, they're not really... It's a pirate fleet, but they're not really coming after me, even though I'm driving right into their... They're not bothering me, I guess. I guess they just don't care? Like, guys, I'm right here. Are you not going to attack me like literally every other pirate? No? You're not. Well, I guess I'm not complaining. Somewhere about there. Yeah, I guess that's true. Midline does have the tendency to use beam weapons for their energies. So if you've got like Eagles with triple graviton, you can take that one that converts some of their damage into that one technical skill that converts a percentage of their damage into hard flux. That could be potentially quite good. Enemies are more passive if going dark. Are they? Because I thought going dark just reduced your sensor profile, but that they would behave the same once you're within their sensor range. Grabbing the Mark 1? You betcha. This is how the game should be. If you want to make an OP fleet, you should be able to do so. I mean, you kind of can in vanilla. Specifically, once you get your hands on Omega weapons. Like, those things are pretty crazy compared to regular old weapons. Oh, is this the wrong thing? Have I been bamboozled? I have been. This is just a rock. This isn't Nameless Rock. Nameless Rock is further out. Of course, I should have known. But yeah, I think in vanilla there are tools to make your ships overpowered. Just even when you were in their sentry range, they were still not attacking you. I'm wondering if that's... is that because I went dark, or is that because it's like a special fleet with a special behavior? There is an option in settings to get 4 active XOs. Wow, isn't that something? Yeah, because if you can get these warfare, management, tactical, and technical, you're just going to crush the entire game at that point. Proceed. Yes, threat detected, indeed. I am going to consider recovery. What do we get? Faulty power grid, structural damage, fuel injector, glitch sensor array. Well, that's... why does it have structural? So, the demods that you roll here are randomized. And I guess we just got unlucky and we got faulty power grid and structural damage. I think it should be fine, though. Alright. We're going to want... ordnance expertise. We're going to want ballistic mastery. Impact mitigation, combat endurance. Or do I... we might just have to go with damage control. Anyways. Yeah, I'm not going to integrate it because it's just a beta core. It's just a beta. Oh, there they are. But other options are limited on purpose, for example, carrier limit. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't like the soft cap on carriers being 8 bays, but I kind of get the logic behind it, and I kind of support it. Specifically, the idea there is that if it just applies without limit, then as soon as you take the carrier skills, it's kind of like you either go all in on carriers or you don't. And doing a mixed fleet where you do a little of both doesn't really make sense. If you have a soft cap, then there's a reason for you to go, okay, to do like a mixed fleet with like some frontline ships and some carriers. And the thing is, if you spam carriers, even though the bonus does degrade, it's like a 20% bonus applied to 4 ships, you know, I'm just going to make up numbers here, versus a 10% bonus that's applied to twice as many ships. Both of them kind of have the same value. Carrier cap is the frame rate? That's true. Oh my god, wait a minute. We have 2 different Tommies. Yo, that's crazy. Unfabricate yourself now. Yeah, I'm sure they're screaming at us over the comms. I would prefer if it only applied to ships sent in combat. There might be some kind of problem with that. I'm not sure. I would have to think about that one. We're just going to circle around them for another 7 days. Okay, hold on. I have a conspiracy theory, and I want to test this out. So it's hive unit, 2 overseers, and a threat unit. 4 skirmishers, or an assault unit and 4 skirmishers. Okay. Now if I leave, and now I see them again. Okay, it's the same. But I have seen, I swear I've seen that this first fleet actually like change after, like, reloading a save. And then trying to fight them again. I swear I've seen that happen. Alright, well, let's go kill them. They get automation and tactical. But they're no match for me. I guess we'll throw the Gemini in to escort the guy. That should be fine, right? He totally won't just die. He's got a Thumper. And a Thumper is going to kill them all. Oh, you know what? I really need to change that front one to a Hellbore. Because the Devastator really messes with the AI for some reason. Oh my god. The extra projectile speed from Ballistic Mastery combined with the XO just kind of looks... It almost looks like the projectile... It looks like the game is fast-forwarded. Okay, no, it's doing that thing. See? It's like, why are you this far forward? You don't need to do that. You're a carrier. Because if you assign a carrier to escort somebody, they sit behind it, which is what they're supposed to do. But the Gemini doesn't think it's a carrier. It thinks it's a combat ship. Oh, look at that. It's dead. Who could have seen this coming? Oh, man. Okay, why is my high-intensity laser not turning on? Just turn on. Look at how fast this thing turns with the power of that... The game feels kind of nuts. The extra projectile speed from that one exo skill, and that other maneuverability bonus from the other one, makes the ship feel kind of ridiculous. Gotcha. Hold on. No, I want you to attack that, and I'm going to go deal with this. Oh! Well, would you look at that? The Hive unit decided I needed to die, but he failed. Whoever controls Volturn controls the lobsters, and whoever controls the lobsters controls the universe. Alright, buddy, this isn't Dune. You can relax. Like, what are they doing? Snorting those lobsters and getting psychic powers that allow them to do transverse... Wait. Is that how you transverse jump? Is you need to consume lobster? Yo, the lore is expanding. Man, everything is going to feel really sluggish when I go back to vanilla. Those projectiles, like seriously, those projectiles look like the game is fast-forwarded. Harkonnen lobster, indeed. Oh man, I didn't even think about it, but the range is going to get crazy on the Sunder too. Utterly ridiculous. Ow! Those are my engines. Let me go do the math on this in a second. Yeah, I'll recover the Gemini. What'd he get? Glitch? Yeah, you know, he's fine. So I think this is the first time that I actually get the mod spec immediately. Normally I just get the fabricator item without being able to get actually use them. Okay, let's have a look So I've got advanced optics and targeting unit, so that gets these up to 1,400 range. Then I've got Gundry implants, so that's 1,550. But then we've got iron sight, so that's another 100, 1,650. Focused fire, that gets us up to 1,750. And officer training. Wait, does this apply to the flagship as well? Because it says all ships with officers, and normally it would say all ships with officers, including the flagship. But that might just be implied. Because if it does, then we're up to like 1,800 range. Before you factor this thing in. Like, we're going to get close to 2,000 range on the Sunder, and we're not even using the escort package. We're not even using... This thing can get up to like 2,400 range with escort package. This game is ridiculous. Oh yeah, this thing's named Anti-Citizen. Neat. Alright, well, we've got... Okay, planets. Did we find anything good? No, I think we're still just colonizing this one. And we're joining the League. Yeah, that seems about right. Let's go collect our money. Installing unthemed weapon utilities would tell you weapon stats after applying modifiers. It's a great... Oh yeah, I think that is a mod that I've heard of. Although I don't think it's really necessary. But, yeah. Maybe I'll do that. Volturn is a pretty good planet for a new colony, actually. What are you suggesting? We demolish the Sindrian Diktat? And then colonize in their place? Wait, what if you... Hold on. What if you just saved up... Okay. You could theoretically save up so many AI cores that you could just nuke Sindria, just completely wipe out all of the Sindrian Diktat, just with saturation bombardment, reduce them to the Stone Age, and then even though that would get you to minus 100 reputation with, like, the Persian League, if you have enough AI cores, you could just buy your way back into their good graces. And then you could colonize all of their planets and just build a new Sindria. A better Sindria. One shaped in my image. The image of Stan League. I will consider this. Well, yeah, of course, the other factions will hate you, but they're going to hate me anyways because I'm part of the Persian League. So, yeah, that's a given. Well, except Tritachyon, of course, because, you know, as far as they're concerned, human lives are expendable. Distress call. More like, distress not my problem. Yeah, I think we're turning that off. Okay. Well, I guess the Persian League is pretty close. Not really. You know, we'll go to Galatia first, and then we'll go get a Persian League commission. What's our reputation? Is it still 20? Yeah, it's 20. Nice. Let's see. We've got a couple of Gamma cores. Not a whole lot. Yeah, but that's... Yeah, I know that's what Next Cerulean is for, but, you know, doing invasions and just taking the planet with a regular old invasion, but if you want to do it vanilla style, you have to commit a little massacre first. As any good spacer should. Distress? No. De-stress? Yes. Exactly. Yep, none of that looks like my problem, so we're going to ignore it. Yeah, I mean, if you bomb the entire Sindrian Diktat and then replace it with yourself, I mean, who's really going to notice? Payments first. I don't think he gives you the 25% for hazard. Does he? I'll just say that. Transferring data now. So... Yeah, you said that something about not freaking him out, but I don't have the option to not tell him about it. That's just not an option. The game is forcing me to. Just don't tell about the Mark 1 and threat. But the game forces you to. You literally do not have a choice. There's no option to just exit the conversation. You know, I thought you were serious, but it turns out you're just trolling. Yeah, let's go get our money. Let's go up to 2 million. We're ballin' in this sector. Alright, now with the Mark 1 plus the Sunder, like, who's gonna stop us? Nobody. We're too powerful. Yeah, I mean, I did use all the other dialogue options first, before telling him about the Mark 1. So I did get money. Yes, let's, last time I got this to work, I never asked about the cash first up, so that might have locked you into doing so. Maybe. That's possible. Well, I got my 200,000 from him. Isn't that nice? I'm gonna sit. What's your proposal? You've been spying on me? I'm gonna say nothing. I'm listening. Yeah. Sounds like a lot of credits. Threat, they're invisible to you. 1 million credits. Make the arrangements. Done. See, this is the thing. This is what makes me think. This is what, like, giving them the ability to detect threat is probably not that big of a deal, but letting them scan the Mark 1 has to be bad. It has to be. Because the first one gives you it's like the classic, like, pot of greed type scenario. You've already got the 1,000,000 credits, and then they're like, how about 100,000 more? It's like, it's like, wait, hold on. There's, like, that's fishy, right? That's fishy. That's super fishy. I'm going to do it anyways, because there's no consequences. But I'm sure that in the future, in future patches, accepting the 100,000 has to have some terrible consequences. I mean, right now I do need fuel. I don't need the freighters or the tankers. I'll just scrap them, but, like, yeah, I don't need these. I'll just scrap them, but I did want that fuel. That does help. So all this crap, yeah, look at that money. We're rich. I'm rich. So all this. I don't need most of this. I'll keep 40. Don't need that. Let's see, we can sell those blueprints that we don't need. Excellent. I think the big thing I'm going to need is a bunch of crew now, so that I can go colonize. Ah, look, Nebula. Excellent. You guys wouldn't have any starliners, would you? No. Just a Nebula will be fine. We'll get expanded berthing, additional berthing, efficiency overhaul. That is fine. That should give me enough space that I can have a little bit of extra crew. While we're at it, I can swap this for additional berthing. Get a little more crew. Yeah, because 200, right? We need 300. So after you establish the colony, you can buy back about 100 of them. So we'll be 100 below our capacity, and then we just buy them back immediately, and that should be fine. Expanded berthing. That's not a combination of words I wanted to hear. Thanks for that. Alright, yeah, now we go visit the League. Go talk to the League. Hopefully there's no legends there. That would be terrible. Mazalot, sure. Derelict ship? Nah. Alright, do I have to... Yeah, I think I have to go back to Galatia Academy to get to the next step of the quest line. Don't I? Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll go colonize. I want to get that gate travel going. Yes, that's a lot of enemies. I accept. Do you guys have anything good, though? I mean, another Sunder would be alright. I think if I S-mod the Vigilance, it would be alright. And I get an officer for it. Although all I'm finding is executive officers. Damn executives getting in the way. Or I could just get a Centurion. We'll do that for now. Oh, you have a light mass driver. That's interesting. I think I'm probably going to go with a safety override build instead. Throw on a Reaper, throw on some machine guns. Guns of the machine. One ion cannon. One antimatter blaster, which I don't have. I guess we'll just have to settle for a burst laser. Good enough. Hardened subsystems. Yeah. You S-mod the hardened subsystems, you upgrade this to an antimatter blaster, right? You've got kinetic damage with the machine guns, EMP damage with the ion cannon, and anti-armor damage with the antimatter blaster. It's pretty good. Do you have a PD Centurion? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. 'Cause, like, this is a more aggressive build, but I don't have the antimatter blaster, so it might just be better off with the... Do I only have one burst laser? Oh, no. That's no good. I mean, if it's going to be a point defense friend, then it kind of needs a burst laser, doesn't it? Those are way better. Advanced optics will help, I guess. Shield conversion, stabilized shields, and some other thing. Oh, you know, drop that, get missile autoloader. What's the reload is 3? Yeah, so now it's got 12 Gorgons. I'd rather have more burst lasers, but I guess this is fine. It's going to have more survivability than the... It's both faster than a Vigilance, and Damper Field is going to give it better survivability. Still don't have hardened shields, though. Oh, hey, BBE in chat. For my first time seeing live? Well, it's good to see you. PDAI, that might be worth doing. Have we begun the gospel of glorious dragonfires? No. Yeah, I guess the flux is a bit overkill. Stabilized shields alone gets it just about right. So instead, we can get more reasonable things like point defense AI, automated repair unit, and then I guess we'll get 4. Yeah, that's good enough. That'll do. How about, yeah, none of you guys have leveled up. I mean, that'd be kind of weird. I think we're ready to go. We're ready to strike out on our own. Like a real spacer. On the frontier. And the mining station's close by, too. That's useful. Alright, here we go. Oh, wait, first, right, Galatia Academy. Gotta do that first, because it's closer. You gonna bother me? Yep. Comply. Continue. Leave. Yeah, I mean, the main quest line does talk about you like you're making huge waves. Like you're a hot item on the dark hypernet. But that's not always fully acknowledged by the game. There are a few ways, though. Like, yeah, Science right, there is that bar event. I'm sure there'll be more consequences for our actions as the game gets developed. Wait, have I not finished that step? Did I bug it out? Isn't there supposed to be another step? Oh! I need to talk to him. Right. Okay. So we'll worry about that when we come back. We're first going to go colonize. I want colony. And I want it now. Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to unlocking hull mods, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that you could just get lucky and find them early on. I mean, at least the current system is more interesting than just having them all unlocked right at the start. Although there's definitely room to tinker with it and say, like, okay, maybe some of these should be unlocked, maybe some of them should be rarer, maybe some of them you should just start with. Maybe something like safety overrides, maybe you shouldn't start with. It could definitely, like, maybe you can only find them in certain locations. Like, maybe solar shielding you can only get from, like, a Syndrian Dictat military market or something. Stuff like that could be tinkered with, but I do think that it's probably, like, the way it is now is better than just starting with everything. get ourselves a water world. Maybe you can only get safety of rights after Scythe of Orion? That would be interesting. No way. Is there a bounty? Oh my god. Bro, there's some random-ass bounty hovering around the world that I want to colonize. What are the odds of that? Let's blow them up. Let's explode them. Sucks to be you. Thanks for the free money. Oh, this is going to use up all my supply. Oh, wait, no. For some reason, I thought I only had 200. No. Of course, I have 700. Ibn Nwerk? It's a water world. It's a water world, and I'm Stan League. Well, I do know what I want to name my faction, but I'm not actually sure what I want to name my Kirby's World. I stole it. What a world, am I right? You got it. What's the name of like a water slide type theme park? Filkenhild 2? I mean, I'd probably name it Volturn 2 if I was going to do that. New Fickenhild? No, wouldn't I name it New Volturn? Because that's a lot more iconic. Like we're stealing Volturn from Syndrea. Water Fun World? I don't know. Yeah, I guess we could call it New Volturn. Just gotta steal some lobsters, start breeding them. A league project. That's alright, but I've got a much better name. We are Stan, after all, so it's the Imperium of Stan. With a big eagle. The Imperium of Stan is... An ISS is already perfect. An Imperium of Stan courier ship. Beautiful. And we can finally drop off all this metal crap. No, I want to hold on to that. All these weapons. Excellent. Okay. And... Vroom. Install item, like so. We just have gamma cores. Yeah, we don't have any alpha cores or anything. Yeah, we're Stan League because we stand the League, but our actual colony faction, our sub-faction is called Imperium of Stan. Gamma cores don't really save money most of the time. Although I guess in this case it might. Yeah, because its demand is only 1. So technically we're meeting the demand. I think they've changed it so that if you reduce the demand to 0, that it, or is it not? I think if you reduce the demand to 0, it counts as meeting the demand for some aspects of colonies. Should probably choose... Aquaculture is a bit more expensive than farming, whereas mining is just mining, but it's plus 2 organics, so I guess that's fine. It'll be fine. We'll do mining. Or should I just... Oh, you know what? I could just start with light industry, because I... Yeah. I do have the biofactory embryo. Okay, so first of all... No, you know what? We'll just freeport it right away. Because as soon as the spaceport finishes, the stability will go up. We'll get aquaculture eventually. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you know what? We probably don't want to start with mining, because we can get Ludic Majority and use that to boost colony growth. You beautiful bastard, thanks for keeping the star sector meme-tastic. I'm just doing my part, Mr. Hancock. Yeah, and a foolery spool out of nowhere after a few... Yeah, it is funny how somebody was like, I bet your first item's going to be a foolery spool. And then like 5 minutes later, I get my foolery spool. Ludics don't mind mining, do they? Yeah, they don't like mining. They think it's like Ludic. Like if the Ludic flock shows up to your planet and they see mining operations there, they suddenly start talking like Stan League, and they're like, "Whoa, mining! I thought that this colony was based and agrarian, but it turns out it's cringe and industrial." Damn. That's a shame. Oh, you're right. That's a good name. Stanistan. Yeah. Why? The next planet... Yeah, I guess we'll leave it as New Voltern, but the next planet can be Stanistan. Brilliant. Love that. One day. One day. There we go. Okay. So now that that's started, go in here. Yeah, there we go. Stability is up. Excellent. Biofactory embryo. You can start upgrading to Megaport because we got cash. Might even spend... I've got 15 story points. And accessibility is one of the most valuable... By far, it's one of the best things you can get for your colony, so I can do that as well. Go orbital station. Midline. Got to keep the RP going. Although, to be fair, I do think Tritakian has a couple colonies with low-tech stations, but let's not worry about that. Get way station for more accessibility, patrol HQ, ground defenses. And look at that, we still got $1 million in the bank. It's that easy. And right, look, see, this is the thing. The colony is making money, even though right now it's literally just a spaceport. Even if I turn off Freeport, right? It's just a spaceport, and it's making money off of a local income, because the local income is 10,000 credits. So you got to keep in mind, if you can colonize places with, and you just don't, like, the reason that colonies early on might end up unprofitable is because either because of high hazard rating, or because you build a bunch of crap that you don't need. But if you make a colony that's disposable and you don't bother building any defenses, it can be profitable, even if the industry sucks. How good / bad are midline stations actually? I think for auto resolve, they're just the same. In terms of actual combat, I mean, they're fine. I don't know if they're better or worse. Their gimmick is that one side has like a ton of guns and is way overfluxed, so they can do pretty good insane burst damage. But then it maxes out on flux, and the idea is that because it rotates really quickly, then, you know, by the time its flux maxes out, it just faces the other way and vents. That's the idea behind it. Battle stations are okay, but star fortresses are significantly behind. Someone did tests. Interesting. Oh, you know what? Speaking of disposable colonies, that's probably something I want to do. Where is it? Vast Ruins. This one. I'll change that to this. Because this is the kind of colony that I'll do a temporary colony just as a dig site. To get some squeeze out some extra items from the vast ruins. But, not permanently. Yeah, look at that. It's only got a 150% hazard rating. So, even if you build tech mining here, as long as you don't build any defenses, it'll actually be profitable, even with the tech mining not making any money. And then on top of that, you get, like, blueprints and stuff from the tech mining. I mean, it'll be defenseless, but because it'll stay at size 3, it won't attract much attention anyways. The one problem is that currently there is a pirate base in that system, so I'll have to blow that up. But I do have the Mark 1, so that shouldn't be an issue. As a matter of fact, why don't we just go take care of that right now? We're not going to get any money for it, sadly, but, you know what's funny? I'm actually going to go hire as many crew I can off of that pirate base so that I can colonize the rock. It's like, alright, you guys in your stupid little space station, alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move you to this rock over here, and then I'm going to blow up your home. Cool? Alright, cool. Glad we're on the same page. Oh, you know what? You're right. I do need to replace the, thank you. I do need to replace the gun on the front of the Mark 1. Level 5 officer. Alright, alright. What have we got? Helmsman ship impact. I mean, that's alright. That should do fine here. Actually, this is... Wait. That's kind of great. Impact mitigation works well with damper field. Field modulation works well for the shields. Point defense so that it's better at its job. And then helmsmanship and ordnance. That's actually pretty good. For this specific ship. Nice. Alright, let's go back to New Volturn. Drop off this crap that I just found. And let's get a good weapon. Oh, do I not have a Hellbore? Oh, no. I don't have a Hellbore. I mean, they're pretty common. I can just buy them when I get back to the core worlds, I guess. Yeah. I only have a couple of heavy machine guns as well. Typhoons? Do I not have Typhoons? I don't have anything. I have nothing. I lose. Yeah, I guess I'll just go back to the core world to get a Hellbore. Does anyone know what happens if you abandon a planet with an alpha admin? Yeah, I'm gonna say that you lose that. You can just... Alright, you've got to manually go to the planet and remove the alpha core first. Unless it refuses to go. In which case... Well, that sucks, I guess. Just don't put an alpha core admin in a place that you're planning to abandon. Alright, I get it. You want to lead me somewhere. Where are we going, little guy? Oh, to the low danger warning beacon. Wow, that's really cool. Thank you, space fairies. I guess there's some loot here. I'll give you that. That's a lot of volatiles. Is there any other planets? There is. Alright. Well, I guess I'll just harvest all this crap. Alright. It's time to see what you can really do. Let's go, Centurion. I choose you. Centurion, use Gorgon. Attack. Or don't, I guess. You could also not do that. That's fine. Don't worry, I'll do all the damage. It's fine. You just need to stand there and look scary. Explode. Thank you. Oh, is the Centurion actually winning over there? Go get him. Kill him. Kill him with your point defense beam. Man, these things are supposed to be reckless. Or fearless, rather. But they don't look too fearless to me. They look like cowards. Is it just me, or did it have... Huh. For a second I thought there was some kind of like small phase lance, but I guess that's just the burst laser combining with the PD laser to make purple. I'll take the Tritachyon blueprints. Not that we're going to use them, of course. Midline is the best line. Ah, a level up. Good, good. Very nice. It's about time we got field modulation, isn't it? Or maybe I should save up for missile specialization. No, we'll get fields first. Another level 5 officer, I'll take that. I wouldn't mind some crew either. Okay, so we'll go scan that. We'll get our loot, then we'll get out of here. Go hire some pirates, blow up their house, and then drop them off on a barren rock. Like a good Samaritan. Okay, that's weird. That's some unusual behavior. What is that? It's moving like a sensor ghost, but we're in a system, so that's not normal. I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna go look at whatever it is. What is this? How are you guys... Oh, you know what? They were probably just emergency burning into the sun. That's why they were moving so weird. Well, I don't care. It's not my problem. Bye! Oh, transverse jump. You're such a beautiful thing. Let's see. I mean, they built a Napui and a sensor array. They didn't bother building something actually useful, like a comm relay. But they are pirates, so, you know, cut them some slack. They're not the brightest folks. They ain't the brightest bunch in the sector. Let's sell them some stuff. Oh, wait, no, I want to keep that. Actually, maybe I'll hold on to the lobsters, too, just so in case I want to sell them to Kanta later. Buy that. Give me supplies. Give me crew. No, I don't need that. I need the crew. So look at that. I just hired enough pirates that I can start a colony. And now I'm going to blow up their house and drop them off on a rock. No exaggeration. That is actually just what I'm doing. Just got back and I immediately see lobster. It must be fate. Go. Bro, why are you just sitting there? Go. Activate your system. Use the system boost. Hit him with your Tachyon blast. Alright, I need you as a shield. I don't have the durability for this. Yeah, this side doesn't even have anything, but of course he's going to ram into it regardless. Yes. Yes, that side doesn't have anything. Please attack one of the sides that has something. No, I guess I gotta do all the work then. Alright, well that's what I'm here for. Yeah, look at that Reaper. Going straight to Nowheresville. Blam. Easy. Man, the AI does not have a good concept of going around something, does it? It sees the station module and decides that the fastest way to get to it is through the station. I don't even know what to say to that. That's, yup. That sure is a plan, guy. Why am I turning? Not an autopilot, am I? No? Huh. Some funky movement. Maybe I'm catching whatever the Onslaught has. Whatever kind of brain disease it has that is making it do the thing it's doing right now. Yep, it would be really nice if you would help. Okay, why is the high-intensity laser just turning off? Does it think it's going to hit the Onslaught? No, it's not. Why are you off? Hello? Autofire? Autofire, hello. Nope, autofire does not want to shoot the high-intensity laser for no reason. Okay. Cool. I'll just do it myself, and I'm overloaded. Holy crap, it's managed to stay in the exact wrong spot this entire time. That's kind of impressive. Like, you don't have it... You couldn't figure that out, could you? Well, that was weird. Well, we killed him, so I guess it's fine. So the only problem is I don't actually have an alpha core yet, so the vast ruins, I don't want to do tech mining just yet. But we're still going to do it anyways. Sugandese. Because that's what you're going to be doing if you live here. Yeah, we're just not going to build, we're just straight up not going to build anything. Gonna hire back those guys. Look at that. Boom. Crew covered. Almost. Maybe if I mothball this. Yep. Nope, not quite. Okay. I do need a little bit more crew. Yeah, there was some very advanced techniques with that battle for sure. Oh, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go see content and spend a story point. Yeah. The next thing I want to do. Someone should do something, maybe. I don't know. That's exactly what I would say. More importantly, that's exactly what Stan would say. Do I have the resources? I do. Okay. So I can scrap the sensor array and replace it with a comm relay. I'll take control of that. What, you want to fight me? No? That's what I thought. Break it. Break it and take it. That's what I always say. And comm relay. Proceed. You can gift content the spare biofactory embryo. But what if I want to make another colony that makes drugs? Right? It's my biofactory embryo. She can eat vacuum. Or I guess in this case she's eating a story point. If Stan's a zoomer, he would say, okay, Unc, / who asked. That's true. Who even asked you? Alright, Unk. Yeah, okay, yeah, is okay. Is Unk just like the new version of Boomer for like the younger generation? Like Boomer is like the millennial term and Unk is like the Zoomer term. I mean, now would be a pretty good time to grab that. Yeah, I guess I'm here. Let's just avoid the ziggurat for now. Huh? Where's the Hamatsu? The Hamatsu's supposed to be here, right? Or did I do... You know what? I did that earlier. I did that last episode. I already forgot. I forgore. Unk? What? We have another new term? Oh no. I am getting old. Yeah. Yes, Crossy. I'm afraid it's true. I diagnose you with old. Yeah. I already forgot that I did that. But can you blame me? That was like 4 whole days ago or something. Okay, let's do this. Let's get the shielded cache. Let's get the cache and get out of here. Alright, you go first, and I'll sit behind you like a coward. Maybe I should just get escort package on this thing, since this is what I'm going to be doing for a while. I am just going to be sitting behind the onslaught. Where is it turn? I swear, that's... What is up with that? Am I just doing something weird with my hands? Or is the game just ignoring my controls? I'm actually not sure. Well, anyways, we win. Resonator's pretty good. Rift Beam did get buffed quite a bit, but I don't know how good it is. Mini Pulsars are nice. Rift Lance is okay. Alright. That's that. You might be oversteering since you got all these new buffs. Yeah, that might be it. Okay. Content, that's what I'm going to. I want to keep the Biofactory embryo, because I probably will make another planet for pharmaceuticals. No, none of that's interesting to me. Let's go. Rift Beam is now top tier PD. Well, that's quite the... Well, if that's true, then that's quite the glow up, because it used to be terrible. I mean, it did go from 15 ordnance points to 10, and its flux cost got cut in half. So it's possible. Stand. Although, I could just give 1,000,000 credits. Because the thing is, last time I did this, she does send couriers to ask you to do the favor, but I just never saw the couriers, and the time ran out. So... I mean, 1,000,000 credits is kind of a lot, but at the same time, then I wouldn't have to worry about this. Yeah, I'll just take the safer option and go with that. And now, we're just not going to have events. We're just never going to have colony crises. Just you wait. It'll be fun. Crisis. I hardly knew her. Yes, I know. My hard-earned money has all disappeared. Such a shame. However, light industry with biofactory embryo, I think we'll be fine. Okay, so we've got contest protection. What was next on the agenda? I mean, look at this thing. See, this is what I'm talking about. I colonized a barren rock with 150% hazard rating. I have no industries, and it's profitable. It's that easy. Growth is negative 2%, so I never have to worry about it growing to size 4 and gaining attention from some unwanted attention. It's defenseless, but it's also not very valuable anyways. So all I've got to do is, once I get my hands on an alpha core, I'll build tech mining here, which only has an upkeep of 1,000. So with 150% hazard rating, that's 1,500. So the credits will drop down to, it'll still be profitable at 4,000 credits a month. And then we'll do tech mining for a couple of years, and then we'll shut this place down and just abandon the colony. Bada bing, bada boom. Simple as that. Okay, so first off, we're going to need a bit more crew. Maybe not that much crew. I'm not starting another colony. Get some fuel, get some supplies. I think otherwise we're fine. Yeah. What was next on the agenda? So, because I've got contest attention now, we're going to disregard. Oh, right, I want to get that. This is what I was looking for, this quest line. So that I can get an alpha core. It's like, I was like, I knew I wanted to do something with the dockside bar. It just took me a second to remember. Because I'm just going to steal the alpha core. But don't tell the academics that. They don't need to know. I wanted to get Hellbore. That's true, I also do want that. But I don't think it's a... I don't think I need to worry about that right now. Well, I am passing by... Yeah, I'm passing right through Luddic space, and they always have them. Let's stop by Tarcissus. Or is it tartar sauce? What is it called? Tartissus. Mark 9 Hellbore. There it is. These guys even have machine guns? They do. I might as well buy them. Because eventually I'm going to want more. These... I guess there's nothing yet. Oh, I've got a Typhoon. Look at that. Second one would be nice. I think Typhoons actually work pretty well on this thing. I guess I'll just do that for now. Because it just because it rams right into the enemies, the Typhoons are really good for overloading the target. Buy more fuel. And even more fuel. And we'll skedaddle. I mean, that would give me money, but I'm not really worried about that right now. I want the alpha core. Let's go. I think what happens is if you steal the alpha core, they send like a fleet after you or something. I don't know, you'd have to check the wiki. How's this coming along? Pretty close to the jump. Maybe I'll scan that binary system while I'm out there. Just remembered something about full throttle skill. It lets you get the zero flux boost even when using mobility systems. Yeah. Because a lot of mobility systems do generate a small amount of flux to prevent that. So with full throttle, I mean, you're going full throttle. Hey, did that guy leaving port just say, I want that alpha core? Listen, Jim. Sometimes, it's better not to stick your nose into customers' business. Especially when you're dealing with them spacer folk. Rough crowd they is. Yeah, now we're making some money. Although stability's a bit low, that will be fixed as soon as we build that station. But yeah, going from 5 to 4 is an 80% hit to your, or no, a 20% hit to your income. Which is not good. Yeah, the ability to get the... anything that lets you get the zero flux boost with your shield still up has to be broken. I would agree with that. So I'm looking forward to getting full throttle. I mean, especially considering we're getting so many range boosts, the enemy won't even be able to shoot at us. So it's like, yeah... It's like with the speed, with the extra speed from full throttle, and then the extra range from all of these, from all of our officers, we'll just be able to kite the enemies to death. And they won't be able to do a damn thing about it. Yeah, these guys don't even have cores. They don't even have cores. That's embarrassing. It's just a naked automated ship. My god, it's so easy. Like taking candy from a gamma core. Oh, tachyon lance, I'll be careful of that. Whoa. The way that they moved was really... I mean, I know they have plasma burn and all, but that was kind of odd. Yeah, look at that Reaper. That was a good shot. Look how much damage that does. That's ridiculous. That's the power of having way too many commanding officers. And the AI just doesn't. Continue. Take the AI core for yourself. Loot the rest of the cash. I'll take that. Legion blueprint, sure. Auto lance. Take all of that, and I get my alpha core. Excellent. Right, and I gotta remember on the way back, I want to scan this. That should get us real close to the slingshot. Gas giant, we can scan that too. We might actually be able to get it. Hold on. There's a gate in this system. Well, what do you know? Yeah, we can get another 5 here. And then, you know what? Hold on. I should start building tech mining, so by the time I get back, it should be finished. Well, trace volatiles ain't great. High gravity. This is, about as low as hazard rating is going to get for a gas giant. How long have we been going, Lobber Bros? 3 hours and 40 minutes. Alright, scan this, then we'll get out of here. Start the tech mining. Get our items. How close are we? 662. So just 38 more. Money. Alright, is tech mining only worth it on Vast? And do you mine them dry? Yeah, I think sometimes you can do extensive. Like if you're already colonizing the planet for like because it's just a good planet in general and it has extensive, then you can set up tech mining for a little bit. But anything less than that, I wouldn't bother. All right, let's head over to Sugandese, the best place in the galaxy. Actually, hold on. Yeah, if we do there, okay, we can get the slingshot. And then it's at a neutron star, so we can immediately slingshot over to Sugandese. We're going to visit the Imperium of Stan. We've sent a diplomat to Sugandese. We hope that Stan League finds us in his favor. These are the kinds of things people are saying in-universe. And that does put a smile on my face. What do you think of Hazard Mining Incorporated? I think it looks cool, but I haven't played with it too much. Also, I'm plus 74 hegemony relations. Well, that's the reason for that is because the Persean League went to war with the hegemony, which sets your relations to negative 50. So the plus 75 is because they're resetting back to normal after the war ends. Yeah, when it comes to ruins, I would say the key with vast ruins is that before you build them, you need to have an alpha core and story points. Right, you need to do both. There's a gate in this system too, that's awesome. You need to do both of those things. Because if you stack up both of those bonuses on the very first month, then you're guaranteed to get some rare items. Which is quite useful. Okay, I also want to scan the center of the system, not just get blasted. And yeah, that should do it once I scan this. But I also do want to get... Okay, hold on. Because I might have to cancel this. I might have built it too soon. 15 days? No, I think we'll be fine. Because the thing is, if it finishes before I can actually put in the alpha core, then that would be a waste. There we go. Slip surge. Okay, that should get us home fast enough. Navigation, set course for Sugandese. Initiate warp 5. Zoom. No, that's just a white dwarf. Damn, I guess we just have to drive there normally for the rest of the way. That's fine. Have you ever played with Ashes of the Domain? I actually haven't. Although I probably will in the future. Because it does seem like it's got a lot going on with it. 71,000. Nice. Yeah, so the mining should finish this month. Yeah, 5 days. And we should get there fast enough that we can deploy our alpha core. Is it possible to access a black market on your colony? No, there's only an open market if you build the commerce. And that's it. At least in vanilla. I don't know, maybe there's a mod that adds that. Look at that. Still 4 stability, but that'll be fixed in another 27 days. They've okay, of course they already took it. Still at stability 6, even without... Wait, what? There's no penalty for a lack of a comm relay. Interesting. How odd. Well, anyways, I believe I've shown this before, but we'll just do this again. We're going to wait until the end of the month, and I'm going to show you why it's so important to have your alpha core. Move. Shoo. Actually want control of this. Wednesday Clayton. There we go. That's 7. Interesting. Normally there's a penalty if they don't have it. I wonder why it's not getting the penalty. Oh, Freeport's gotten even worse. It's probably a bit much. We'll just, so here's what we'll do. We'll reset it. We'll turn it off, turn it back on, so now it's back to a penalty of 1 instead of 3. Because you need Freeport on to sell the drugs, which is going to make the light industry more profitable. But the fully scaled up effect is just too much for the colony right now. Oh, what's the gimmick for this stream? We're the Persian League, and also, we're using second in command. It's very nice. Wait, which is the skill that, hold on, let me double check. Which one? Is it stabilized targeting? Yeah, that's the one. 20% projectile speed. Okay, gotta wait a few more days, about a week, and then we'll toy around with the timeline to show you exactly what you do with your vast ruins. Do you have Nex on then, so you can bully newly formed colonies? No, Nexerolin is not on. Huh. Salvage fleet coming in and attacking the remnant fragment. And the remnant fragment gets away. The little fragment's getting away! Okay, so here, we're at February 27. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Right, we're going to be ready to reload. Right, okay. So I'm going to show you the items that we get with no bonuses. Alright, you ready? No bonuses, we get Fiberwing Blueprint, Gamma Core, Piranha, and a Corrupted Nanoforge. Not bad, but it could be better. So let's reload. Let's go to our vast ruins, assign an alpha core, and do 2 story points. Now let's see what we get. Hold on to your chairs, because this is going to be big. Corrupted Nanoforge. There's a cryarithmetic engine. And looks like makeshift shield generator mod spec. So the main thing that got added here was extra blueprints for Diable avionics and the cryarithmetic engine. Now here's the important thing. It does not matter how long you wait. If you miss it in the first month, you're never going to get it. You need to get those story points and the alpha core in there before you get that first delivery. If you don't do it, then you will never get that. That cryarithmetic engine would just never show up no matter how long you leave it running. You have to get it in the first month. And yes, the delivery should be to New Volturn, so I don't actually have to hang out here. I can just leave this. The Cry About It engine. That's the one. Although I don't have any planets that can really use it yet. I mean, there is one in the same system as New Volturn. So, there is that barren world that will be able to use it. Not gonna lie, it's kind of stupid how without this tech mining pretty much sucks. Yeah, it's very niche. I'm not sure how intentional that is, but it is. The way it works right now, it is very, very niche. And I think that's a good place to call it for today. We made a lot of progress. Pretty soon, our colonies will be big enough to get the Persean League's attention, and we'll join them. And then we'll colonize a new place, call it Stanistan in the Imperium of Stan in the Persean League, because our name is Stan League. And that just sounds like a good time to me. Save and exit. Stream game. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good time. And we'll be back again soon for the adventures of Stan League. Are we doing Chat Builds Fleet again at some point? Yeah, I'll do that again in the future. Have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you all next time.